The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Thursday, June 30th, 2022, and this sports show on the internet and radio begins now. Let's ride into some sports talk before a 4-day weekend for your boys here.
This fucking guy.
Still finding his way.
Bruce, it was getting louder after I started talking. I mean, hey, you're doing. Hey,
There you
Bruce,
go,
there you
Bruce.
go, Bruce.
Go. 1s and 2s, Bruce.
Bruce in the back, he's doing great at a lot of things right now. And if you ain't redlining, you ain't headlining.
Bingo.
DJ Let Me Vice said that, obviously. And Bruce, you've been crushing it. No worries. We'll start dancing. It's like shifting a gear in a car between the stick and the clutch. It's a little bit of a give and take here. We will find our groove like myself and at Nick Maraldo, who used to run the audio of the show, who's sitting at the Toxic table because Ty Schmidt just had a baby, have worked together so fantastically at Boston. Connor, the other member of the Toxic table, and one half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Town. Diggs is here. Zito. Foxy, sitting in Gumpy's seat because he was literally the only person sitting out there, especially after intern left for a 17-day weekend. Dirty, good to see you back in the building. Hey, baby, Dirty!
Yeah.
We appreciate you. I believe Bruce had your microphone muted. Welcome welcome to the jackpot, Bruce. We are in the middle of the hot seat. Let's dive into it. There's really nothing new happening in the sports world. No. There's just been a continuation of previous stories that we've had to talk about for months now, it feels. Speaking of months, June is basically over already.
Whoa.
Hello, July. Hello, 4th of July weekend. And I know there's, a lot of people on the internet, a contingency of people that are saying that we shouldn't celebrate 4th of July. I'd like to say that it is happy birthday, America.
That's right.
America, not a perfect country. I hope we are getting better as a country, but I have been fortunate enough, lucky enough to ride the coattails of other people to successful positions where I've been able and afforded the opportunity to travel the world and see other countries. And whenever you're in other countries, I'm going to be honest, it's hard not to say, I wish I could get back to America. I know it isn't the pristine country that we all hope and dream for it to be, and one day, hopefully, it will be. And I feel like we are running towards those times, but I do believe that our country serves a good purpose in this world. There's a reason why there's issues with immigration and border because our country is still a beacon of light around the world to a lot of places. Even though if you live here, there's a lot of ability to pick apart a lot of things that are done and decisions that are made, and we all get pissed off about it. But I do believe there should be a little bit of a celebration for the United States because we are very lucky to live here. And I think if you've ever traveled the world, you would agree with such a thing. It's not perfect. Hopefully it will be someday, but I hope everybody has an incredible 4-day weekend.
There's people saying we shouldn't celebrate July 4th?
Listen, Tone, with your cowboy hat, the accent that
exactly.
we have no idea how you picked up. There is people
You're right, not everything's perfect, but, we could still be England with poor teeth, okay?
Yeah,
Brushing off teeth with rocks.
Yeah, especially now that we're coffee, guys.
So we can celebrate that at least.
Yeah, we can. And also, we can celebrate the good that has come from this country over the years. And obviously, there's other days for us to pick apart decisions and things that aren't great with this country. And I think that should happen because I think whenever you're watching film or you're trying to get better at something, you have to acknowledge the bad and see what the bad has done. And then in the future, not make the same mistake. And hopefully we get to that point here in the United States. But I'm assuming there's always going to be fucking assholes. I'm assuming there's always going to be bad decisions made, but we can't let that drag all of us down because I feel like a lot of us, all of us, the majority of us here are basically on the same page with most shit. Now, we come from 50 different countries, okay? In Europe, the size of states are different countries, full borders around them, different languages in some place. Here in the United States, we're massive. People that grew up in Miami are not going to be able to see the world the exact same way as people that grew up in Pittsburgh, just like people in Southern California, in Portland, and then the fucking Rockies in the middle. Everybody's going to have a different perspective because of the backgrounds and the things that they've gone through to get to the point that they are. But I feel like a large majority of Americans, even though it's always headlined by the doofuses and assholes, a large majority of Americans want the same thing. That's respect, that's hope, that's opportunity. And I hope every single day we continue to drive towards that for literally every single human. And happy birthday to the United States of America. And that's why I will, chug a brew or two for the red, the white, and the blue this weekend.
Yeah.
What we should do is go to D.C. on July 4th and maybe bury the film of the last couple years.
The game ball.
The
Here
game
we
ball.
go.
Put it behind us.
That's
Bury the
genius.
ball.
Yes.
Put it behind us, okay?
MCDC.
Yeah, but I feel like the last couple of years have, in different spurts, in different parts of time, have proved that, hey, we're all pretty much on the same side.
Yeah.
And then, boom, something happens. It's like, now we got to go against each other all of a sudden because we're a better person than you are.
Get 'em.
Have to. Yeah, it's literally like Butch. These people are just losing their mind.
Where are they?
And then something will happen and perspective will get put back into place. And it feels like everybody's like, yeah, we can all do that. And then once again, I can't help myself but, boom, I fucking hate you. I knew you were a piece of shit this whole time. And then again, things come together. We're all on the same playing field. We're all going through the same thing together. Oh my God, this all stinks for everybody. Oh, we're actually seeing a little bit of progress. And then, boom, something happens and it's like, da. So we just got to remember that there have been moments over the past couple of years where we have seen our country at its absolute worst. But I do believe there are some moments where we've seen our country at its absolute best too. And we have to remember that as we go forward. And I am an eternal optimist. And I assume at one point in my lifetime, I'm 35. I lived hard back in the day. Who knows how long I'm going to live. But I think at one point in my lifetime, we will see hopefully a harmonic society here in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Well said.
It's garnered change the last few years.
Because I don't think celebrating 4th of July is saying, hey, we're perfect.
Yeah.
No.
It's more so what.
Now, I will say, as the son of a truck driver who has been very lucky to experience pretty much every socioeconomic status there is in the United States, I have a lot more empathy for a lot of people in different positions than people that are maybe born in one step of the ladder and haven't really experienced it. So I've been very lucky to experience the life in which I've experienced it, where I've, smoked blunts with dudes from Compton and drank wine with billionaires. I've said that before, but it's real. I'm very fortunate to see a lot of people's side. So when people are like pissed off, I'm like, I understand. I completely understand. And then when somebody says their reasoning, that doesn't mean that I don't disagree. I disagree with a lot of fucking things that are said and done by people, but I feel like I've gotten a behind the curtain look at why some people view some things some ways. And I am very fortunate for that. I've been the only Caucasian at numerous cookouts. I've been the only white trash person at some galas. I mean, I've been very lucky to see behind the curtains at a lot of things, and I just think we all have a lot in common. And I think one day that'll all fucking shine through every single day. I hope. Instead of these fucking doofuses that, Do you think, Commissioner Goodall, do you think that this is a proper use of taxpayer money, what we're doing here today? Are you asking Roger Goodell, speechless for the first time?
Yeah. Talking to me?
Are you talking to me? Yeah. I don't think it's my job to talk about what taxpayer. You're right, it's not. So let me use this time that we have in the middle of everything going on in the world right now.
A lot.
We are more I don't want to say woke because that is such a tired word right now.
Aware.
But we are more aware of everything going on in the world because everything's in our hands.
Yeah.
So all of the world's crises, we are seeing, acknowledging, and realizing at a rate that we have never had in the past. Mm-hmm. So whenever you do see something like that, I can appreciate whenever a politician says, like, with all the shit we got going on, we're worrying about fucking Roger Goodell and a guy who's currently parked his yacht at Napoleon's Island. We can assume that guy is a problem, but why are we doing this? And it's all a shit show. But we got to remember the shit show of politics has nothing to do with the majority of us humans, and I think we're getting a couple steps closer to that every single day we go by. Anyways, we are a sports show, so let's start diving into the sports. Hot dog eating contest right around the corner.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's good, Jay.
Now we're talking.
Hey, here we go. And the man that does the introductions for those that are eating in this hot dog eating contest on ESPN on 4th of July is worthy of a conversation. This is maybe the greatest ring announcer in the history of ring announcing.
Really?
Now, Samantha Irvin, WWE SmackDown Friday night, she's very fucking she has pipes.
Yeah, top tier.
I mean, she has pipes. And she has like a singing voice. So whenever she intros people, you hear that come out. And there's like different, it's like, holy fuck.
Very talented.
Very talented. And old Cuzzy with the UFC, who we're big fans.
Bruce Buffer.
Bruce Buffer. He has great pipes, does an incredible job. We got nothing but respect for him. The other Buffer, who they found out after years and years and years and years and years of life that they were actually related, and the pipes were the thing that kind of brought them together. Did not know they were family members whenever they were growing up, though, getting into the profession. Just two different paths.
Wild. Yeah.
Then they did 23andMe, and they turned out they were not related to that doctor in Indiana. They were, thank God, a lot of people were, but they were related to each other via their father or something like that with different. So whatever the case, they are all incredible.
The Fink, Howard Finkel.
Great, legendary,
Yeah.
OG. When you watch this 4th of July hot dog eating contest, the introduction is a show.
Yeah, got a star.
And it deserves to be treated as such. ESPN kind of rushed it last time. They had the camera on the person he was introducing, and he was giving 45-second to a minute introductions of every one of them. So they're sitting there uncomfortably and awkward. Let's know that we got a star in the intro game, and let's go ahead and build some, content around that. And let's know that Indiana native, Indiana citizen, Joey Josh Chestnut's going to fucking break the record. Let's have a weekend, huh?
Yeah, let's make sure.
SummerSlam. You are Money in the Bank. I'm sorry, not SummerSlam. SummerSlam is 1 month from today.
Here we go.
Now we go.
31 days, though.
Around the corner.
So 1 month and a day. It's coming real quick.
Real quick.
A lot of time, though.
A lot of time.
Plenty.
Money in the Bank's this weekend.
Yep.
UFC 276 is this weekend.
What?
The hot dog eating contest is Monday. And we are,
70 days away from NFL football.
let's go. This
No
is a good
big
time to be
deal.
alive.
No big deal.
What are we on Monday?
On Monday, we will be 9, 8, 7, 66 days away from NFL football.
We will not be
Sweet
live, but you will have to put out a good American 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
66 days.
Mario Lemieux days away.
Yeah.
The big guy.
Yeah, maybe. He's not American.
Barry's
Or a
on.
football player.
Yeah, maybe a football player.
There's no 66s.
Shane Lemieux plays for the New York Giants offensive line.
Boom. 66. So maybe a Lemieux wearing 66 on Monday.
With Mount Rushmore in the back with fireworks and like an American flag.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Maybe
4th
an
of
eagle.
July. Oh.
Maybe Chestnut eating his 66th hot dog. So I can put us 66 days till NFL football
Yeah.
of him eating the dog.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, but if anything like last year, there's a chance that the broadcast cuts out and we actually don't see him eating the 66th hot dog. Hopefully not, though. Hey, different year, new year.
How about them setting themselves up for failure? Because the ticker was just rolling.
Yes, still going.
Ticker, no problem at all. Screen frozen.
Can't see a goddamn thing.
So now I don't know where they do that at. In New York, Bruce, where does that take place at? Over there.
That's on Coney Island, so like the very end of Brooklyn.
Okay, the very end of Brooklyn. And it is it by boat or is it its own, it's more of a...
It is a beach, and there's like the Cyclone, like roller coaster type deal. It's like a boardwalk experience, and there's a massive Nathan's like brick and mortar hot dog stand, and that's where they do the contest.
Okay, so it's not an island then. What is Florida?
Peninsula.
So this is Coney Peninsula at the end of Brooklyn?
Yeah, essentially.
It's kind of like a pier. Is it a pier?
Yeah. It's like a boardwalk. You can take the subway. It's like the last stop on the subway.
See, in my head, the reason why the tech wasn't working because the island was off.
Yeah, that'd make more sense.
They had to send the thing through the wire. It's not, though. It's walkable. It is a peninsula or an archipelago.
Sure.
Group of islands.
Yeah, it's my favorite land formation.
Like the
Caribbean.
Galapagos.
The Caribbean.
I like a good mesa, personally.
What's that?
It's
like a plateau almost. It's
Yeah.
almost like a
plains.
mountain, but flat top.
Shit ton in Arizona.
What? That was like 1 month of our education. You remember that?
I remember.
Figuring out how much water was on each side.
yeah.
What's the shape of it? Trick questions at places we'll never go to
Yeah, geography.
or remember ever. That was a whole that was like a month and a half of my life.
Yeah.
I
That was
feel
a
like that
year.
was right in our fucking house. So
What's that? Yeah. Yeah.
geography was.
That was
chef's
something
kiss.
you could look at, learn, and then kind of
Geography bowl champ.
8th grade,
Yeah.
no big deal.
Exactly.
Belize, still use the information. Belize, second largest coral reef in the world down there. Largest? You know,
Great
Well,
Barrier.
for now,
Australia.
That's right.
What are you saying?
unfortunately.
Tony.
it's,
Tone.
This is not a tone.
No, this is not a
Tone?
tone thing.
This is
It's
not
4th of July weekend.
I know.
We did have quite an existential crisis this morning regarding stuff like the barrier reef and
Who did?
climate change. Tony and myself, actually. I think just us two.
What are you guys talking? What are you guys in your fear? You're living in your fears?
we
right?
know.
we put
no.
over under on civilization / the world 10 years.
Oh, so you are living in your fears, right?
We're not living in the fears. Thriving in the fears, maybe.
10 years. What's this whole thing? It's 4th of July week. I just gave a whole speech about
Yeah.
how, like, in my lifetime.
I know,
Exactly.
but the aliens, and we got a fucking food crisis.
Aliens
Hey, by the way,
Don't
the aliens people are going to have to just swallow a lot. The people that are super anti, there's sightings every night now.
Yeah, it's
Boom,
bad.
boom, 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 boom. They're everywhere right now.
Yeah.
And there's a reason the government decided to release some of the information. Like, I think we should get in front of this. Seems like they either got drones that they are coming here on a very regular basis all of a sudden. What does that mean? What if they're coming here and saying, hey, listen, we need your coal and we need your oil.
Have you
There's a
seen?
chance.
West Virginia, open back up.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Their planet has run out. They just sent some people over. They need our shit now. What is it about? I don't know.
Have you seen the movie Independence Day?
So, first
Bill
of all,
Smith.
that just made me think about
It's a good weekend for it.
great song.
Willard.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a banger. You remember when that one song?
Boosie.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was before Boosie went to jail.
Yeah.
Then Boosie came out, and Boosie has become an internet icon.
still crushing.
He's absolutely living on the internet doing it. But I do believe I've seen Independence Day. Will Smith saves the world.
And
Yes.
your guy Jeff Goldblum.
Mostly Goldblum, but yeah.
Yeah.
What does Will do? Will does something. He does like the Men in
He
Black
flies.
thing, but he
He
shoots
flies.
the thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
he crushes.
All right, let's move on to some sports. Anyways, it does feel like you two need to stop living in your fears.
Hey.
This show is a mental vacation as we live forever. They're creating stuff for us to live until we're at least 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay?
Ugh.
So
That's
let's keep
definitely
it going.
for us. Not for like Elon or
Come on.
Bezos.
200 years old. What a nightmare.
Yeah, you always say that super negative stuff. I'm
Yeah.
drinking this because I want to live forever.
Keep drinking
I'd
that. You're
love
going to
to.
be waking up with poop in your bed every night when you can't control your bowels anymore at the age of 140.
No, that's what this medicine's about, to keep the
Yeah.
bladder together and the butthole tight.
I
That'll
hope
work.
so.
It actually says butthole tight after 120. Take this
Yeah.
pill.
Good
B
luck.
type 12.
Yeah, what are you even talking about, dude? I'm sick of all this shit.
Stupid.
No, I hope this is the case. I'd love to live to 200.
Listen,
but man.
news via rap and puberty.
Yeah, puberty.
Puberty?
Yeah, puberty.
Medicine that
These
could
are
let
credible
humans
sources.
live to.
Puberty is a great account.
Yes,
Okay?
so is that
I
rap.
enjoy it
down.
too.
It
But
is
what
a
do we
good
do? We're
account.
taking meme facts again from Connor over
No,
there?
that's a
facts.
checked meme
It is
fact.
not
He's
meme
doing
facts.
bullshit meme facts.
Yeah.
These are checked meme facts.
Mine come via grape juice, boys.
Medicine, exactly.
Yeah, it's different.
And what's that other guy who's got the diamond tester? That's your guy.
I love that guy. That guy's a superhero. Speaking of living till 200, that guy's living till 200.
What's that guy's name? Does any of us remember this guy's name?
No, I didn't even
No,
think he had a name.
absolutely
I thought he
not.
was just like a character, and he doesn't actually have anything.
There's a like Malibu's most wanted type guy on the internet. Currently Caucasian guy with
Yeah.
an oversized grill. He has a crown. He has more diamonds and jewels.
All real.
He showed up in my Explore page, and I'll tell you what, I spent good 2-3 hours on this guy.
Yeah.
And he got that diamond tester on his thing every
Yeah.
single time. It's real. Do we have his name? This guy's name? I wish we could.
He's a superhero.
We should give him a little respect. Anyways, let's move on to some sports.
I mean,
What?
it'd be cool to go through that guy's profile now, but
No. We can't spend the whole.
Is he Diamond Tester Kid?
he might be.
TikTok user? Is he TikTok
That
user?
doesn't sound
No,
right.
it's Instagram. I sent it into the group.
Yeah, he's got like 90,000 followers on IG.
Have a little respect. This guy's the next big thing.
Yeah, he's a dog.
The absolute
Dog.
All right, 20 minutes in. Now we'll start the show. We are currently in the middle of Up to Something season. It is in full swing, and I'm very excited about it. I'm pumped about it. It's not just for me and not just for me personally, not just for this show, for things in this office as well.
Oh,
Hey, there's a lot cooking right now.
umbrella.
Let's go. Let's enjoy this entire thing. Let's live forever.
Let's
Let's
go.
not have conversations about the world and civilization ending in 10 years.
No, please not.
I'll be 45. I'm just hitting my stride when it comes
Guess
business
what?
wise.
We live more than 10 years. I'm happy.
That's right. Good expectations.
There you go,
It's
Tony.
like Y2K.
Yeah.
Everybody was dead, Y2K. And then when 2001 hit, they already worn off the perspective that they thought they were going to die the year
You know
beforehand.
me.
So
Big expect the worst.
joining us now, well, you shouldn't do that.
That's just how I keep myself happy, Pat.
Hey, whatever keeps you happy.
Thank you.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy
Happy 4th of July.
All right, joining us now is a friend of the program.
Hell yeah.
Man who played in the NFL for 9 years, host of the Man to Man podcast, Everything DB. Can't wait to hear his thoughts on everything happening around the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Hey, how
Y2K was scary as shit too. I remember that.
I do too. We all thought we were dead. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
We went. There was a little. There was like a Y2K party. So everybody, who do you want to die with? Well, certainly not this party, but I guess this is where my parents wanted to go.
Did you turn the lights off at midnight?
What do you mean?
I don't remember.
I
Everything.
did. It was a cool trick.
Oh, it's
Everyone was
everybody thought you
celebrating.
were
I
dead.
turned the lights off. Gotcha.
Frank
Back
Moraldo.
on. He was pissed.
Yeah, not
Jesus.
happy. I remember that was a real deal. People thought everybody was dead then, D. But like that was worldwide. I think at that time, I think it was worldwide death at that point.
Well, it depends on where you were at, because some people were ahead of us and they already knew, hey, everything's all right. But I thought once that shit hit 2000, the computer's gonna be fucked up. Everybody's money was gonna be gone. I thought everything was bad. I had a whole high school career in front of me, man. I was a little distraught, but it seemed working out. 22 years later, a little scary right now.
Well, that's literally what led us to this conversation. Connor and Diggs were sharing their emotions to each other earlier in the office, I guess, about how they give a projection of 10 more years society exists. I'm like, Jesus.
I hope not.
You need to not be so negative and stop living in your fears. Let's move on, D-Butt. You look fantastic. Great to chat with you. Kareem Hunt chit-chatted about the Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett offense that they have. Overall, Hunt did acknowledge that waiting out a decision on Watson has been stressful on the team and organization overall, considering it's hard to know what the offense will look like while awaiting a possible suspension for Watson. Yeah, it's definitely stressful for them, he said. It's tough because they're trying to figure out what pieces they've got for the season and what plays they want to put it. There's different plays for Deshaun, Jacoby Brissett, different playbook, different things we can do at quarterback. Jacoby, although the Colts had him running for like goal line stuff, he's not as he won't take the set shot. Deshaun Watson can move a lot better than Jacoby Brissett can, so we assume Kevin Stefanski would take care of that. The interesting convo there, I think, that everybody will take from it, not a mention of Baker Mayfield at all. So we're on the outside looking in going, well, if they suspend Deshaun Watson for a season, they're paying Baker. Maybe Baker will play. And everybody's like, nah, the fence has been mended, but maybe. He didn't even allude to that, Darius. That offense is moving on. And what are your thoughts with Jacoby as a quarterback for a portion of the season next year in that roster? You think they'll have a chance? You think they'll be in position if Deshaun comes back late or not at all next year?
Yeah, I think Andrew Berry's done a great job building around that quarterback position, so that whoever comes in there, you can still win games. Obviously, you got your defense, but offensively, you invested a ton of money into the offensive line. You got one of the best backfields behind it. You brought in Amari Cooper. You locked up your tight end, David Njoku. So he's done all the right things around that quarterback position. It's not like Jacoby is just some slap trying to figure it out. Like, Jacoby's been around this league for a while. You can win with Jacoby Brissett playing quarterback, especially if he's going into a season and, like, they're having two different game plans. You got one game plan for Brissett to be the guy. So at least for 8, 10, possibly 12 games. Who knows how this whole Deshaun Watson thing is ultimately going to play out. But I think both sides are moving on, from the Baker Mayfield situation. Now, if it is a situation where Deshaun is out of there indefinitely or for a year, maybe it's a different conversation there with Baker Mayfield, but if I had to place a bet right now, I would say Mayfield is starting for another team come September.
You think week 1 he's starting for another team, yeah?
I think week 1. I mean, there's still teams out there that he would be a big upgrade. Obviously Seattle and Carolina would be the two that jump out. Maybe even the Giants will be a team that he can play on. But some people around, league circles don't think he's mature and all these other different things. But he's talented as a healthy quarterback, and I've been saying it on this show for months. I still think he's, around that top 20 range type of guy.
No, you said what, top 5 that first time?
Yeah, top 5.
You remember you said Baker was top 5?
Right after Darnold, I think.
Hey, he said Baker definitely better than Darnold.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, Baker top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
I stand on that. Huge upgrade big upgrade over Sam Darnold. I will stand on that.
Golden Tate has come out, and to your Giants point, he said he feels incredibly bad for Daniel Jones. Just listed off, like, I honestly feel bad for Daniel. Tate told New Jersey Advance Media on Wednesday, okay, of course, he was drafted into a rebuilding organization for one, had Pat Shurmur for a year, and then got Joe Judge for 2 years. Now another head coach and another rebuild going into his 4th season. He hasn't had Saquon, Golden Tate, Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard. No one is ever on the field at the same time. And then on top of that, he had the clapper, Jason Garrett, as his offense coordinator, and that probably didn't help much. That is from inside the building. Golden Tate is now playing baseball, I believe, and he's having success at it. He was in there for a couple of years with Daniel Jones. I know this is kind of like the Sam Darnold thing, right, with the Jets almost. Have you watched the film on Daniel Jones, and do you think he is just a product, or do you think his ceiling is nowhere near as high as it should be to be a starting quarterback in the NFL?
I mean, he's talented. Obviously, you don't get drafted that high if you're not. But he's got to be in a situation like the Browns. You know, you got everything kind of built around him. He's not going to make the team around him better. He's not going to make whoever's out there on the field, and he's just going to make them better players, make the offense move, win games because of Daniel Jones. He's just not that player. He's super athletic. He can make plays with his legs, but just his consistency, the only thing he's been consistent with is turning the ball over, unfortunately. You know, fumbling the balls, doing things like that. And as a quarterback, that's number one. Take care of the damn ball. So it's been tough on him, and he has been dealt a bad hand. But when you get drafted high as a quarterback, that's the case for a lot of players. So I can't say I feel bad for him necessarily, but this should be a good team. You got Brian Daboll coming over. You saw the jump that Josh Allen made throughout his early career with Brian Daboll as the OC. So with Daboll running things for Daniel Jones now, maybe we get the best version of Daniel Jones, or maybe Tyrod Taylor's in there. Maybe they make a move for Baker Mayfield. Who knows? But they got to do something out there in New York.
The only thing he has really been consistent at is fucking giving the ball to another team.
Yikes.
That is a absolute
fumbling, man. I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback fumble the ball as much as that.
And hit his over and rushing yards.
Hey, he always hits the over and rushing yards because he's scrambling, doing his thing. He has a lot of Carson Wentz in him, but a lot of people say like he was forced to because there's no offensive line, no real weapons. They're in turnover. There's a lot of excuses, right, when things don't go well for almost everybody. When did you come to the Colts? 13 or 12?
12.
So
Luck's rookie year, yeah.
So that, I think, it's going to be hard, I guess, for us to have a real judgment on a lot of things. I watched Andrew take a team that was very injured on the offensive side of the ball, brand new offense. Literally nobody knew the offense. We had turnover all over the place, and Andrew, like, put a cape on almost and fucking carried that team as a rookie. And it was like, oh, this is a guy. And then some people are like that. Some people aren't. Some people take some time to develop into that. What did they say? Peyton didn't win a playoff game for 6 years or something like that. Michael Jordan didn't win his first championship till like year 7 or something like that. But in the world that we're in now, especially in New York, if Daniel Jones gets any time, like any more growth time, it's going to continue to get ugly, I think, publicly as a perception for him. Well, maybe Daboll can turn him into Josh Allen. D-Butt, hey.
I mean, that'll be big. That'll be a big task. But Luck was, he's one of those rare. That's a rare find. He was different. It didn't matter who was on offense, who was blocking for him, who he was handing the ball off to. You had a chance to go out there and win every Sunday. He was special, man. He did that from his rookie year. And then every year, you saw him add things on and get better. He took a step in the playoffs every year, and then obviously he started getting banged up and couldn't keep him out there and staying healthy. But Luck is different. And you see a lot of Trevor Lawrence is another player who's kind of been put in that class, the Peyton Manning, the Andrew Lucks. But it's tough. It's tough. Every position in the NFL is a dependent position, including the quarterback. You got to have good people in the front office. You got to have good coordinators calling plays. You got to bring in talent. You got to have a good defense that can stop somebody and get you the ball back. So it's a lot of things that are at play, and it's rare that you find a guy like, Andrew Luck or Cam Newton on the top of the draft that can really turn things around.
How about a good building, too? I think you need a good building. Like, I think you need it to win in the NFL, don't you? Because everybody has players. It's like, how do you consistently win? I think you need, like, everything. The culture is not just the locker room. The culture, I think, is the entire building. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that for sure. I mean, you got to we spend more time with each other than we do our families throughout that stretch. Once you check in for training camp, Like everything is built around football from there until February. And so you got to like those guys that you're spending all those hours with. And if you like the guys you're playing next to, you play harder for each other. You trust them more. It's a lot that goes into playing, obviously the game of football. And you can see, I feel like you can see good cultures from a mile away.
Yep.
Like the Ravens, for instance, is a great culture. The Bills be a great coach, regardless of what's going on outside of the building or what's been said about who. You can tell those guys got each other's back from the top down. And culture also is about communication. How streamlined is that communication from the top down? That's why the Patriots dominated for so long, because the message was never changed from, it was Kraft, then you got Bill, and then Bill makes sure the same message got from the top down to everyone. So that's very, very important. Obviously, everyone is talented. Everyone has talented coaches, talented players, draft, free agency. Everybody has all those same things, but the culture is the difference a lot of times.
Hey, transparency is such a good way to build trust, especially in the modern world. A little vulnerability, a little, hey, this is what we're thinking, this is why we're doing it. I think that's why a lot of the younger coaches and younger GMs seem to be having a little quicker success with the modern day athlete. I enjoy watching businesses piece together what they think is going to be the right mixture, though. Yeah. And then, like you said, from a mile away, I think you could spot a bad decision maker from a mile away too. It's like, oh, somebody's making fucking bad decisions over there. Mm-hmm. This little decision led to this decision, and once it starts seeping in, it's over. And then you get the coach start kicking the kicker.
That's right.
Lawsuits.
I was going to ask you guys.
You got to be able to empower other people too, man. Like good leaders and decision makers. That doesn't mean you're the smartest guy in the room. Like you shouldn't be you shouldn't even feel like you're the smartest person in the room when it comes to every decision. Somebody knows marketing, somebody knows sales, somebody knows this, somebody knows that, and you got to be willing to listen to those people, empower those people, and that goes with your players as well. Sometimes you may come in with a game plan, and if freaking Jordan Poyer comes in and say, "Hey, coach, this ain't this. We should do something completely different this week because of X, Y, Z." That's a conversation you have as opposed to saying, "Nah, we're going to do it this way because of boom, boom, boom." So it's a lot that goes into those things, man.
You should definitely empower people to make their decisions, and if they know the deal. But if numerous decisions they have made is not great, also take that into account.
Yep.
I think a good leader has to do that. Like there are some people in this office I will go directly to on a piece of information, and I know they're the right person to ask because maybe in the past I've asked other people and haven't got the answer that is the right one. So it's like if I have a tech issue, I might have used to go to Connor. Hey, Connor, what do you think? And Connor would give me a straight-faced answer, and it would be 100% wrong, but he would step right in the batter's box and take a massive hack. Always. Well, I think if you just connect this to this and this to this, that's how it works, at least. I just Googled it. It says that's it. And then that's wrong like 3-4 times straight, and you're like, okay, so I'm going straight to Zito every fucking time. Hey, Zito, why is this happening? And Zito's like, let me figure it out. I'm like, thank you, Zito, because Connor just put us in a little bit of a rut. Now, that did not happen 3 to 4 times because I'm not that big of a stooge. Sure. But I think that is a real thing that has to happen, and it happens in NFL buildings all the time. And even the smallest decisions, clothes, practice schedules, where you're going to travel, when you're going to travel, how you're going to travel, food. Like, there's just so much that goes into a season. I don't know if it gets talked about how vast it is and how many people have to fucking really do their job well for your team to succeed. And some of those buildings, I don't think they put enough respect on it all either, and they're going to suck forever. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to suck forever, Darius.
You can definitely empower the role people. You see those coaches who get a bigger job or a bigger role, and it's like, oh shit, they were. And so, obviously, love Chuck Pagano. We talked about Luck coming in as a rookie and making those steps in the playoffs. That doesn't happen without a coach like Chuck either. But I remember towards the end, me and Coach Pagano would have a lot of conversations. He would always go back, man, I just miss fucking calling defense, man. Yeah. I just been in there with the guys, dialing up blitzes, doing that. And all those things you talked about, now the head coaches are in all those conversations and decisions. And some of them are like, man, I just want to do what got me here, the football stuff, and the other stuff gets in the way. So, yeah, I'm with you there.
A lot of shit that goes into the entire season, and how do we get through it as smooth as possible with as high of a success rate as possible? And everybody's trying to figure it out, and there's only been one team for 20 years that was able to do it.
That's right.
But just like D-Butt said, They had it figured out.
Well, they're already back.
It's easy to figure out when you got a guy who can throw a football to the moon.
Well, he's already
and
back.
he's currently on a yacht right now. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Tone.
Based off of that, like, and we were talking about it earlier, like, it was a literal shit show last year. Like, can you judge Trevor Lawrence at all off of his rookie year? And then also, when you guys traveled during the summer, did you bring your helmet and pads with you to work out wherever you guys were traveling?
Well, there's this one time I went to Monaco, and you're talking about Russ Wilson, it sounds like. Go ahead, D. Sorry, man.
Beautiful backdrop.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful backdrop. And Russ is different. And I told you guys this, right? He's different. I saw him in Vegas at a hotel, and he literally had 4 or 5. He had Team 3 with him working out in a hotel in Vegas. It's a different level of dedication.
Legend.
Obviously, his budget is a little different. I'm sure he's traveling with, full whatever he needs. But shout out to Russ, man. Obviously, Denver got themselves a winner. But what was the first question you asked, Tom? I'm sorry.
Trevor Lawrence's rookie year. Trevor Lawrence's rookie year. Can you judge it?
Yeah. So it's hard to judge that, obviously, with Urban Meyer being there, and he obviously was not the right person to empower and put in the head coach position and make a bunch of those decisions around the building. But looking at Trevor Lawrence and his on-field play, he just kind of looked like he was a tick behind. And you see that a lot with a lot of young players, quarterbacks as well, and even when you're that highly regarded. So I think with Doug Peterson coming in, it'll be he'll make a huge step in his second year. You can still see the talent there. He still has the arm strength. He still can make the throws. He's still athletic as hell. But now you got more weapons around him, and you got a quarterback whisperer, as they call him. You saw the step that Carson Wentz made from year 1 to year 2. Yeah. So I think we'll see a big difference in Trevor Lawrence and his play on the field, and probably even him as a pro off the field too. Because it's a lot that comes with being a professional quarterback.
Obviously, you played corner, nickel, and safety in the NFL, so you know the secondary very well. I think I have said this time and time again here. I got a chance to watch your football IQ on display in basically every team meeting we had every season. It was unbelievable, and it's because the film study that you have. There, whenever you said Trevor Lawrence is like a tick behind, that is directly a DB film room. That's what you guys are waiting on, right? Like that is exactly what you're preying on. And that comment that you just made isn't abnormal for a young quarterback, but it is something that'll fucking ruin your career if you continue to do so, right?
Yeah, definitely not abnormal, but you gotta grow from him. I'm sure he did a lot of self-scouting, and it was so many distractions outside of the building down there. Obviously you guys know people down there. I know people down there. It's just you can't have that going on in a professional environment when you're going out there every Sunday competing against the best of the best. So, I know he has the talent to fix those things, and that's all between the ears. It's all about feeling as a quarterback, as a player in the NFL to really make plays, but especially as a quarterback, you got to anticipate things. You can't wait for guys to come open. You can't see a coverage and then decide, okay, people always talk about reading coverages. You can't get into the middle of a snap and read a coverage 30 times dropping back. The best quarterbacks, they know where they're going with the ball 80% of the time before the ball is even snapped based off what they see across from them. So as a DB, you're going to try to take advantage of that. You're going to show them different disguises pre-snap. You have an ability to make plays on a lot of balls last year that you may not have the same ability this year. So I'm excited for Trevor Lawrence, getting Peterson out there, getting this guy back there too, Etienne, who will be a dump-off guy who can do things out as a receiver and a running back. I think they did some great things in Jacksonville this offseason.
That's so fascinating to think about how pre-snap, that's why Aaron and Tom and Peyton, pre-snap, they're snapping that ball at like 3 seconds, 4 seconds. I mean, that is 2 seconds, 1 second. They are trying to get as much of a read as possible on what you're about to do, and then they know, okay, I'm going here, so I'm going to look this way for the first probably drop back of this whole thing, and then this should be wide open. And that's when it's like, they have to have so much fun doing that. Like, think about Aaron's. How much fun do you think Aaron has just being like, oh, these guys trained for fucking 40 hours this week, and I know exactly what they're going to do. You guys, like, that has to be so much fun. How long does that take for guys, you think? And is there anything defenses can do if a quarterback has a great read on the D?
Yeah, you got to take, because you're going to mess up. Nobody's perfect. But when they do mess up, you got to take advantage of it. Like Patrick Mahomes is a great example of that. He's a guy that his talent is just unbelievable, but he's going to give you a few opportunities a game. And you got to take advantage. You can't drop a pick that 15 throws between your numbers, because 2-3 plays later, he's probably going to make a 50-yard play on the money. So a guy like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, these guys have just seen so much over and over and over and over again. Like, as a player, they're not even necessarily playing, the number or the jerseys that are out there. They've seen these coordinators grow up. They know the coordinators, like what system they're coming from. What do they do different from, whatever old coordinator that it's taken from. So they're playing a different game. Quarterback, the good ones are playing chess. As a defense, I was talking to my young guy the other day about this. As a defense, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I got 11 guys out there. Most of them, 8, 9 of them maybe, I want to just play checkers. Just know your assignment. Be where you're supposed to be. Don't mess up.
Do your job.
You do your job. You got 2-3 players on your defense who may be playing chess as well. You have your Tyrann Matthews. You have maybe it's a TJ Watt, a Minka Fitzpatrick, whoever it is. They're playing a different level of football. And those are the guys that make those crazy plays week in and week out. So you got checkers players, you got chess players. To be a good quarterback, you have to be a good chess player. You may be doing things in the second quarter that you're just setting up for maybe a 2-minute drive that you're going to need at the end of the game. So it's a different level. And these guys, I mean, they've been doing it for so long. It's special to watch.
That's why like Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu and them. I mean, there's a play call, I guess, but they do whatever the fuck they want. That is.
I'll see it.
I mean, fucking Troy. Why, dude?
Troy, yeah. Troy, so his instincts were unbelievable.
I'd say, D-Bud.
He made a play on Peyton, actually.
Yeah.
That play, so that's the epitome of playing chess, because Peyton is coming out saying, hey, I'm going to look here, then go there. And then Reed knowing, okay, we're playing single high. I know Peyton's going to go here. I'm going to go here so to make him think that his look got me and then get back there. So it's levels of that shit. It's not for everybody, but it's special and fun, exciting to watch as a fan.
I think one of my favorite stories about that type of shit is Ray Lewis and Peyton Manning's relationship with each other. Like, they get along very well. And I assume it was because of Pro Bowl and they had drinks together and they learned about each other. I actually watched a game, though. I think I was there, or maybe it was a highlight I watched. I don't remember. It might have been right toward the end of Ray's career in Indianapolis. I don't know if I watched the film on the internet or not. Peyton's telling Ray, you only have 10 players, Ray. You only have 10. He's literally looking around. You only got 10, Ray. You only got 10. And Ray, like, in the middle of the thing, like, time out. And then he starts counting. He's like, fuck, yeah, we do. Like, because it's Ray versus Peyton in that particular game. They both, like, have talked about it. And then you got Ed Reed in the back doing that thing. So you got Peyton having to read Ray, and then Peyton and E.D. Reed, the best safety you ever seen, doing that. It is awesome. Like, that's the level of football that I hope that we continue to get to show, whether it's NFL films or anything like that, because that clip of Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, that was from the Super Bowl, I think, or our AFC Championship game. AFC Championship game, where it's like, hey, if we do that again, I'm just going to go, as opposed to it coming in what it says, and then needed it play, fucking go to some improvisation that they decided and dissected from it's like, there's fucking geniuses out there on that field, and I don't think it gets talked about nearly enough. Always the coaches are super smart. It's like, no. You got some fucking Einsteins of football out there on the field that can run 22 miles an hour as well. It's an incredible thing. Like Gronk. Yeah. Gronk's another guy. They say Gronk's football IQ is just fucking stupid. What is that from, you think? And how can you, like, what does he do that maybe is a football IQ thing as opposed to just Bill or Tom making the robot Gronky run to the right spot?
Well, I mean, being with Tom obviously is huge. Because when you're a smart player and you're around others smart players, they're going to see things that you don't see.
Cup
and then when
Stafford,
you got a guy like,
Cup Stafford,
what's that?
Cup and Stafford, by the way. We just saw it. You said when smart players are around other smart players, like that's a fucking
Cup is another quarterback out there, and he knows exactly. It's not just he's definitely not playing checkers. He's playing chess. So you got two chess players on the same page. You can't if you run a zone coverage against Cup and Stafford. Cup is going to catch the ball. He's going to win. You just have to try to disrupt him and make a play against him. But a guy like Gronk, even as a young player from probably his first year coming into that offense, you had the game plan to stop 87. You had to know. So as a player, 87, he's getting that. He's seeing that every week in practice, every week on Sundays. So you have to play a different game. Same when Randy Moss was there or Wes Welker was there. They knew every defense was going to have a plan for Wes Welker on third down. So you have to do something. Julian Edelman, you got to do something different. So you have to think on a different level, and your IQ is going to come in and be that much higher. Then you got Bill Belichick, obviously, who he doesn't just teach the defensive side of the ball. Like, that was probably one of the only places where, as a defensive player, you got taught about how offenses saw the game defensively. Like, you knew why a young quarterback would get under center, being 11 personnel. The coordinator give him 2 plays. If you got a single high safety, 8-man box, check to the pass play. You got 2 high safety, check to the run play. Like, just to its simplest form. You understood for a minute, 2 minute differently. So, that IQ, if you're willing to learn, and as a pro, that's your livelihood, and you should be able to learn. You should come in those conversations, come in those meeting rooms where it's not like college or high school. You just sitting there listening to a lecture for an hour, for halfway falling asleep. I'm coming into meetings on Wednesday, on Thursday with some input, some questions on the game plan, and we're talking about this as coaches and as players.
It's like a master's degree in football all of a sudden. That's why. What's his record against rookie quarterbacks?
Like 20-4 or something.
Listen, this ain't that fucking hard. We're going to show a single safety.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to check to a throw. Then we are just dropping out of the box. Now we have 2 safeties. And we're going to do that for 4 quarters, and this quarterback is going to be completely fucked. Next year, we might see a different quarterback. But until then, this is what we are going to do. And we are going to win all of the Super Bowls. That is what we are going to do. Connor, your question for Darius.
Yeah, Zach Wilson actually had 3 completions and 4 interceptions in the first half.
Ghosts,
yeah, he was seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
But speaking of, the rookie quarterbacks, like, how much of an advantage is it for Mac Jones having Belichick being able to kind of show him the way? And also, is it odd that he's spending this much time with the offense? A lot of players are saying it's the most they've ever seen him kind of be with the quarterback and that involved in the offensive game plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. Like I said, he talks to the team, just everyone on the team, more than any other coach that I've been around. And I was there. Bill O'Brien was the OC. Tom Brady was the quarterback, co-OC. So he didn't have to spend much time on that side of the ball. When their offense was on the field doing their thing, like, you barely heard. Belichick was with us making adjustments on the defense, talking to Matty P, talking to Pepper, whoever, and going over our game plan. So it is interesting. It's definitely different and odd the situation that New England's in this year. But, you obviously don't want to second-guess Bill. But, 4 or 5 games into the season, if shit's not going right, you got a second-year quarterback. People may be looking around a little bit. But in Bill, I trust as far as now, but it's definitely they're definitely in an interesting position right now.
The last 6 games against rookie quarterbacks, the Patriots have given up 9.5 points. Average.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big
Yeah,
deal.
it's
pretty
just
sweet.
not fair.
It's
It's just not fair because you can do so many things. On the biggest advantage that a defense has is that we can move. All 11 guys can move pre-snap. So if I can show you, I can just feel like you can't your guys aren't good enough to beat my guys in man coverage. So, and then as soon as you think it's man coverage, I drop 8. So it's tough. It's tough for a rookie quarterback, a young quarterback at all going against.
That's the
a guy like Bill.
Hey, that's the I'm seeing ghost comment.
Yeah.
Just being like, what the fuck is going on out here? This is not what it was like at BYU at all. Yeah. The fuck?
Davis Mills scored 22 points. Something to think about last year.
Stanford brain.
Yeah.
Dougie Mills.
But we've been, even as a Patriot, I remember, because as quarterbacks, you get in that blender too. You get in one of these Drew Brees, I remember we went to the Dome as maybe my rookie year, maybe 2009. And Drew Brees, he was just in a rhythm. He had us figured out. He had us dialed up, and we were looking at each other crazy on the side. There was nothing we could do to stop him in Indy. Going up against Big Ben a couple times, but one time vividly, he tore us up in Pittsburgh and then went on and did the same thing against Baltimore. So, like, sometimes these quarterbacks, man, because they see so much, and when you have what happens to most football players is as the game slows down, your body slows down as well. The quarterbacks is obviously different, so your brain continues to speed up and process things different. And your body, if you take care of your body, like these quarterbacks that play forever are doing, everyone else is out there. If they're smart as you, they're probably a lot slower than you are. And you're a quarterback, you still got a good arm, and you're a coach on the field, it can get ugly.
Yeah. D-Bud, I appreciate this conversation today, man. This is fun. I feel like we learned a lot about the football.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, no problem. Have a great weekend, huh?
You too, man. I'll take care. What you up to, man? I won't tell nobody.
Fuck off. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler.
Yeah, D-Boy!
All right, that was a good time there.
Yeah.
Had a real football con there.
Oh, yeah.
Belichick, the play he referenced about Ed Reed and Peyton Manning, Belichick was talking about it on that panel of the with Rich Eisen, the all-time 100 team.
About how much he loved it or what?
He said it's one of the best plays he's ever seen. And
This is when Ed Reed was
this is
fake the fake look.
Yeah, so that Peyton thought. So it was just like it was like reverse psychology twice. It was Peyton looked that way, and Ed Reed knew he's looking that way, so he can go back. So Ed Reed took a couple steps to the left, and then Peyton threw the long ball, and before he even let go of it, Ed Reed turned, sprinted, and then picked it off.
Yeah, I remember that. It's awesome.
Unreal, yeah.
The football is just at another level in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I was just a doofus sitting there like, oh, I see why you're doing. Oh shit, this is vastly different than pickup football, high school football, college football. It's like, this is that quarterback right there is making $400 million by the time he's done. You think they're just handing that out to anybody? It's like, no.
Well, it's like Mahomes. Like, what was it, last year or the year before? Where he's like, I'm finally kind of learning how to, dissect defenses.
Hour one coming to a close. Can't thank Darius enough. In the next hour, we get Alec Pierce, rookie. Can't wait to chat with him of the Colts. And AJ Hawk. We'll see you in about 10. Cheers. Right on the, right.
Nailed
Here we
it.
go.
Right on, squared up on it. Boom.
Bang.
I think it was probably a single right over the shortstop's head. Sure. You know what I
Might
mean?
be able to push two.
Not O'Neal Cruz.
Well, he threw the ball at 97 miles an hour. He batted 114 miles an hour off of the thing, and he was faster, 31.7 meters per something, faster than Tyreek Hill.
That's right.
Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Can't wait to see what the Buccos get for him.
Yeah. Couple picks.
No,
Some double bubble.
we will get Zambelli fireworks for 2 more nights.
Which is worth it.
It's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, for those 2 nights, and then we got to go watch shit baseball again.
Hey, they're pretty good right now.
Yeah, this is the Pirates thing. Did you not see that there was a full graphic
Of all the pitchers?
and how well we have an all-star pitching lineup that has been traded away from the Pirates over the last 7 years.
Yeah, 3 Cy Youngs.
Just keep them in there. We'll have 3 Cy Youngs, probably a couple World Series with O'Neal Cruz coming in there.
Oh, yeah.
The Pirates would be the fucking Yankees.
Sure.
But instead, we got a guy who owns the team who doesn't give a fuck about that.
No.
Hey, where's the bobblehead and where's the Zambelli fireworks? That's all we need. Let's just keep that bottom line. And then let's keep it moving. Let's not stir the pot too much. We don't need expectations to be too high.
No.
We don't need expectations to be anywhere near like, hey, this team's going to be good or we're going to be mad. We love that in Pittsburgh over the last 25 years, we've been able to this.
Yeah, here we go.
Pirates pitchers traded away. Fucking Chuck Morton,
That one still stings.
Garrett Cole, Glasnow,
Beast.
Baz, Musgrove, that guy,
Tyon.
Clay. Couple of fucking Yankees in there.
In their
Holmes.
defense, Tyon and fucking Cole stink, though.
Oh, the Pirates
Cole.
are.
Garrett Cole couldn't use spider tack and he had to shave his beard.
Yeah, all
Pirates
time.
were known for a place too where you'd come in and they'd kind of rehab your career. They could work wonders on older pitchers, who just signed a cheap contract. They can
Burnett.
turn you around. It's weird that they couldn't figure out how to develop any of these young superstar talents, though.
Well, it's because they fucking stink.
Yeah, I
What are
don't
you
want
talking
to.
about? If like O'Neal Cruz, I hope maybe he's building the block, but nothing in this owner's history has told us that he will be a building block. What he will be is a guy that's traded away before there's even a conversation of what we should be paying this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Just so that doesn't even creep into the media around Pittsburgh. Like Pirates are thinking about signing. They don't even want that out there.
No way.
They don't even want that. We need to get rid of this guy. Okay, he's stirring the pot a little bit. A little expectations are starting to get high. This guy's faster than Tyreek Hill, hits ball harder than Shohei, and is the fastest pitcher in the MLB from shortstop to first, and he's 6'7". We need to get this guy the fuck out of here before people start thinking we're going to become a program, and then expectations get a little bit higher. We love that Yinzers go, probably going to lose, but if we win, good time, get some fireworks. O'Neal Cruz might change that, and Pirates ain't going to do that. No way.
They also have the rookie leader in home runs, too.
Gone.
What?
See ya. Him and Cruz are going to be packaged together.
Jack Sawinski.
Fucking gone.
To Boston.
Hey, you write us a check right now, $35 million to my pocket, and then $10 million to the Pirates. You can get both these guys. You fucking want to win, go ahead and do that, loser.
Easy. We'll take them. That'll be fun.
Go back to Seven Springs, Nutting. Put another tubing thing in.
I might get an O'Neal Cruz Pittsburgh jersey, though. Be like an antique in a few
They
years.
will trade the dude who Brian Reynolds had 3 home runs yesterday. They will trade him this year for sure.
Why?
3 bombs?
Because he's got 1 year left on his contract and he's older and they're
And we ain't going to pay him.
Yeah.
Why can't we just pay somebody?
Because
They Brian Hayes.
Pay Zambelli.
Oh yeah, they held him down in the chair and put a gun to his head and said, "You better fucking say."
Hey, here's $2 million.
Did the
bucks.
Russian tactics.
Did the deal get done?
It did. So what do we do with Reynolds? What are we doing?
Fucking. Well, they're not winning.
Damn.
Let's get out of here. Too much baseball.
This guy's an all-star. Get him out of town.
This guy's good at baseball. Get him the fuck off the team. Oh, that guy, you think you're going to do that? No. You think you're going to succeed? That's cute. Huh. Fucking welcome to New York, pal. Yeah. You're out of this town.
Good luck.
You just steal a base?
Fuck off, dude.
Sit down.
You go just like ghost runners, dude. You don't steal bases here.
No.
Okay? You move when we get lumber on the ball.
One at a time.
We're trying to get too good around here. That's the Pirates motto.
Yeah.
And I don't like it for the players. But the players know. They're on a minor league team. You play well here, you might get signed by the big leagues. And that's what that graphic shows and what these dudes are about to experience that are on the Buckeyes right now.
Unfortunately.
And that's baseball talk. That's it.
You checked it off for the year.
Yeah, we did good.
There we go. A lot of people saying bring the jet back. I think we've asked a couple times. I think.
Yeah, we have.
Didn't he get in trouble?
Yeah, I can see he went on somebody else's, not ours.
No.
He went off on a different program. And he,
They call someone a dickhead or
I
something?
will say, he said some,
Yeah, he said some
he said
stuff.
some awesome shit.
Yeah.
He will.
But Papa
he
was
said
not
some
happy.
awesome stuff, and then it was not the
it.
reaction on the other side was not like necessarily welcome.
From some.
We'd like to let everybody know we fucking love Jet.
Yes.
But also,
Yes.
Jet was hot in the streets there for a little
It
bit.
was on the street.
We don't need.
Saw Top Gun flew a little too close to the tower.
Yeah, he had an engine shot out, and he still did a flyby.
It was both.
Why wouldn't you?
We don't want to have to put the net up to catch him. You know what I mean? On the. Anyways, we fucking love Jet, and we will have Jet on at some point.
Yes.
But I think Jet's got a lot going on in his world right now.
Maintenance in the hangar right now.
Sometime in October.
Fuck. All right, we're back in an hour 2, 5 minutes. AJ Hawk will be here. Can't wait to see what his toxicity's up to.
Yeah, me too.
Going into a 4-day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Pumped.
Should be great.
Yeah, he'll probably be spitting fire.
There's some Sirianni news that we'll have to cover. We'll be different without Ty.
Yeah, I will.
But we got to cover it. It's too Sirianni not to cover it.
Yeah.
True.
There's also some Mary Kay Cabot,
Sure.
Cabot.
Cleveland.com insider, shoot insider. Always, like, we talk about her a lot with information.
Yeah, like her stuff.
What she's hearing about the Deshaun Watson case versus what other people are hearing. There's a lot of mixed reports, mixed reporting. Does anybody know what's going on other than Sue Robinson? And then allegedly, the way that we have been explained numerous times on how this process works was Sue Robinson and Roger Goodell. It's not, right? Allegedly, via the Washington Post and Off-Season Chops, who tweeted me.
Oh.
Yeah, but we had this thorough breakdown with Rap Sheet about this.
Not just Rap Sheet. There's
Yeah,
been numerous.
Sure.
It's the first time, so I don't. Does anybody know how this is going to go? Apparently, we don't get it.
No.
But Sue's ruling matters now. I guess the Washington Post has said.
Yeah, and that's not a recommendation.
Allegedly.
It is the ruling.
Only the appeal, right?
If it
For
gets
Goodell.
appealed,
Yes.
Then it's wrong.
then Goodell gets it.
Oh, that's what Andrew Brandt said, too. Because he's a pellet. He said he's a pellet judge.
Yeah, but none of us knew what the fuck that meant. He said that like 10 times.
Yeah, and we're hearing that there might
Appeals.
not be an appeal.
Yeah, it just
I have
means they
always-
handle appeals.
A pellet?
Yeah.
I thought he said pellet judge.
Like a pellet gun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally 10 times I thought he said it. And I'm not one to like stop somebody and say, what did you just, I would actually say,
Yeah.
what was that? I thought he was saying pellet judge. And then I was trying to use context clues. I thought he said he oversaw it. Like pellets.
Sure. Yeah, like pellets.
A pellet. You fucking smart people have been saying that way too fast. We need to make sure there's an A at the beginning of that for appeals.
I agree. It's
And
all about how you
space.
pronunciate.
Jeez,
A pause.
Yeah, please.
Pellet.
He's an appeal judge.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the Supreme Court.
Of appeals.
No, that is what Supreme Court is.
Really?
The Supreme Court rules on appeal, then it gets to Supreme Court.
Yeah, it starts down here.
Starts at Judge Judy. Bang. There it goes.
Exactly.
All right, we're back in about 3 minutes. This show stinks. See you then. Breaking news out of the NFL. A man who has been described as having toilet seats for hands. A man that we have called a nimble Clydesdale. a man who is a ninja on the field while being taller, faster, and more powerful than everybody else, has officially retired from the NFL. Now, this would be his second retirement, but this one seems like it's a little bit more steadfast than the one from the past. Rob Gronkowski officially retiring from the NFL via a Jordan Schultz report tweet. Congrats to Gronk. On both chapters of his career, both whenever he came into the NFL with the New England Patriots and asserted dominance quickly with how damn fast he was, how quick he was, and his football IQ being on a completely different level than anybody would ever give him the credit for. Then whenever he retires, dabbles in the sports media world, does well, comes back with Tampa, has the legendary tale about him training in different shirts one day. So he tells Tampa he's been working his ass off, loses 15 to 20 pounds to get back in shape, then goes on to score 2 touchdowns in another Super Bowl, do his thing in an entire another city. Congratulations to Western Pennsylvania high school grad, Buffalo native, Rob Gronkowski. We're all very lucky to watch Gronk play. We're all very lucky to kind of see Gronk be Gronk and never change from being Gronk and Gronking around at all times. I'm pumped for the guy. Can't wait to see what he does next.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 2 of some sports conversation on the internet and the radio on this Thursday, June 30th, shall begin right now. Let's ride back into the show. The Talks Table is here at Boston Connor. Nick Moraldo is sitting in.
What the fuck? I talked to him about this morning.
I heard him.
I
sure.
literally just did a full, even a Venn diagram of what we were
You
doing.
can tell he didn't understand though.
Yeah.
The timing's off. It's there. It's just like, rookie quarterback.
It's all right. Hey, Bruce, you're okay. You're dancing.
All right.
You're
Just a tick late. He's getting
Just
picked
tick late.
off.
Trevor Lawrence.
Exactly.
Making me look like an asshole, Bruce.
No, it makes you look better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how, if you want to like.
Job security.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not a good teacher, just a good,
Well, maybe he's a bad teacher because he's a bad mentor. Doesn't want to hand over all the keys.
Maybe
necessarily to the
it's a bad student. Maybe it's a great teacher and a student unwilling to listen.
No, that can't happen in
You
2022.
got to coach. Be a coach.
That'd be accountability. Well, there's also a lot of teachers that stink that refuse to say, "Oh, I'm a fucking terrible teacher," either. And then,
I agree, but it ain't me.
Well, it sure feels like it's you, Bruce. Maybe you coach a little better, right? Tomlin says, "Oh, this guy's hands don't get inside." Tomlin, well, that's coaching. So,
There also comes a point where this guy ain't gonna make it, and you got to cut bait.
and when we know, everybody knows. Is what you said.
Everybody knows.
I don't think we're there yet,
And I think
Bruce.
we all just
Starting
heard
to feel
it.
yippy back here at the end.
Oh, man, he's got the yips. You already have the
Feel
yips.
yippy.
We need the
Like, I
juju
just don't
swing.
know what
Yeah,
to
do the
do.
juju
We need the juju swing.
Too fast, too slow.
No,
Too loud.
No, you're only too fast one time, and that's because you just went, you just
Yeah.
shut it off. It's just a nice little. Can you drive a manual vehicle?
No.
Not a chance.
No chance, yeah.
So have you ever rode like a, no.
Dirt bike?
Have you ever shifted a gear of anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you shift a gear, it's just like an easy, like one of those. You're kind of trying to find the gear. You're trying to find where
Feather.
it catches.
Lift and push.
So yeah, you got to kind of, that's all you're trying to do. Here's my voice. Here's the music. Once the beat drop, music goes down, voice comes in, boom, now we're on the other way. Look at this, gone. This one,
that?
holy fucking raw gas. All right, let's run one. Let's run this from the start here. Bruce, by the way, there's no such thing as yips, pal.
That's right.
There's only whether you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. And you're too damn smart, and that's too good of a mustache not to do this properly. From the top, please, hour 2 of the show.
1.
Hello, beautiful people. Hour 2 of this glorious Thursday, June 30th, 2022. Sports Talk begins now.
Let's ride.
It's a glorious day to be alive, especially in the sports world. There's a man on the ones and twos named Bruce.
I mean, what are we doing back there,
I'm
Bruce?
watching his finger.
Jesus Christ.
He's doing like one.
What the hell was that?
You're-
Boston Connor.
What the Bruce? We just told you what
You're
to
fucking
do.
Brian O'Connor
waiting
the
for the
first
let's
time he got
ride.
into a car, dude.
Yeah.
So he's waiting for the let's ride. I just saw it in his hand.
Fucking
He's
level
beat
clutching,
drop. That's the
granny.
beat
Close
drop.
your eyes, look at
Bruce
the beat
for let's
drop.
ride.
Yeah,
It should be just about done by the time we say
Clutching
let's
granny
ride.
shit.
Let's ride. Let's ride. We're out.
Jesus.
We're not going to tell you, all right? Let's ride. We're out. Fucking
Not
answers.
zero after let's ride. After the beat drops, you just start slowly taking the clutch out, and then bam, we're into the gear.
Yeah.
Okay, here's you. Remember, this is you. This is my voice. Beat drops. Ooh, boom.
Let's ride.
Okay.
Just
All right.
All right.
He's uncoachable.
Yeah,
He's uncoachable.
Got to get reps. We got to just get the reps. Come on, Bruce. You got this.
1.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on this glorious Thursday, June 30th, 2022. Hour 2 Sports Talk begins now.
Let's ride.
That's right. It's an absolutely joyful, okay, not bad.
That's better.
Too fast. Too fast.
Yeah,
Too
a little
fast.
fast.
Too fast, but not bad. Hey,
But
that's
better. Yeah, hey, step by
Proud of you,
step.
Bruce.
At least you got the concept that time.
Yeah. Now we just work with the concept.
Bingo.
This guy's going to be on the other side of the world. Hey, when you're over there, okay, think about it. All right, just think about it every once in a while.
If we're Tomlin coaching Bruce, then Bruce is Mason Rudolph.
Whoa!
It is time.
Whoa!
Hey, agree with the guy?
Dude,
Great.
This guy's
Sheesh.
currently getting
Comparison.
bonked in the head by Lambda, it feels like over there. But Bruce, I'm proud of you, pal.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of great things. Don't let that one thing that happens every hour on this show and very public kind of ruin the mood. You're starting to get it. We appreciate it. Zito's back there. Obviously, Foxy's back there. Dirty in the room, sitting in Gumpy's because there's literally nobody else out there. Mitt's back from the hospital. He's got a patch on. Billy's here. Boston Connor's here. Nick Morono's here. Ten Diggs is here. And live from Attica, Ohio, a man who's a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor, private plane survivor, AJ Hall.
Yeah, AJ!
What's up, AJ?
Luckily, I was connected for this when you got to rerun the intro, and it just goes to prove if I know Bruce hasn't driven a manual transmission, but if he drove like you should with both feet, he would know how to feather that brake nice and smooth just on that transition. So,
Got a point
just
there.
saying, Bruce.
If Bruce was driving a manual or with 2 feet, he would wear down your brake pads.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's like,
Yeah, doing burnouts.
and then
I
on that,
figured it out. It just takes reps. It just takes reps.
well, we're watching them.
Yeah.
You know,
Getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Watching that clutch get burnt up as we speak.
Yeah, the clutches, you know, he's got a little herky-jerky, and if he's riding the brakes like you do, I mean, that thing would be red light on the back end for the entirety of gaining speed somehow. But nonetheless, Bruce, you're doing great. AJ, great to see you, pal. 4-day weekend coming up. Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, big holiday coming up on Monday.
That's right, 4th of July, obviously on the other side. Got Money in the Bank on Saturday in Vegas. UFC 276 Saturday in Vegas. 4th of July on Monday, which means Joey Chestnut is obnoxiously throwing hot dogs and buns down his gullet on Monday on ESPN. It's an exciting time to be alive, AJ Hawk.
It is. So, like, how many in a row has Joey Chestnut won at this point?
All of them. And now it's just records, whether
Well, it
it's
used to be Old Buddy. Like, you used to think Old Buddy couldn't get beat. What's his name?
Kobayashi.
Yeah.
Is he still competing?
I think so. Did you ever watch that documentary about those two? They kind of tried to make Kobayashi babyface and Joey Chestnut heel in that thing, but nobody really.
Well, anyone who wins as much as Chestnut, they're going to make him a heel.
Yeah, people like to throw rocks at things that shine. Shout out to Taylor Swift. But yeah, Joey Chestnut's just competing against himself at this point, I think.
Is this his full-time job, or does he have, like, another gig?
He's a professional eater. I think he's sponsored by numerous places. He does shrimp cocktail here at St. Elmo's every year. He does wings every year. He does a bunch of stuff. Like, there is actual like, I think there's things that he's better at, like his bread
Is there a
basket.
tour? Like, is there a tour that he goes on and competes against other professional eaters?
Yeah, professional eating tour was something. A league, I believe it was a league, and they do like whether it's like watermelon. There's like ice cream. There's shrimp cocktail. There's pizza. I think there's like everything. I
Burgers.
think there's a bunch.
I'd like to see him and AJ eat eggs together.
Yeah.
Dude.
No, I want to know. I want to challenge him in shrimp cocktail. How many does he put down?
All of them.
You'll die.
You'll die. Yeah, you will.
You'll be dead.
I know
That'd be a
you.
good test for my system.
I know you microdosed yourself into not being allergic to the shellfish that is shrimp or any shellfish in general, and for that we're incredibly proud. Way to go.
Hey, boy.
You created microdosing before. It was super cool. He ate 18 pounds of shrimp cocktail in 8 minutes from St. Elmo's, and that isn't just regular shrimp cocktail. This is the shrimp cocktail that if you accidentally breathe while eating, eyes are watering, sinuses are draining out of your face. It's like a famous thing, and he 18 pounds in 8 minutes of it.
Absurd.
Just crying his eyes out, probably feeling disgusting, but he has that mental competitive stamina, the will that he's not going to stop. We watched him drink 13 pints of beers in 1 minute and 7 seconds.
I mean, yeah. And then he pukes right away, or what?
No. Should have. In the league, you can't. I think it's like there's a certain amount of time you have to hold it. But on that particular New Year's Eve that he did that, probably should have, because all that alcohol that was in those pints of beer also just came running through shortly afterwards. And Joey Chestnut was awesome on New Year's Eve, I will say.
So Kobayashi had won 6 in a row, and then Joey Chestnut knocked him off, and then won 8 in a row. And then 2015, I think it was, he lost to a guy named Matt Stoney. And then he's won 6 in a row again.
Yeah, 2015 is almost a decade ago. He had a
Where
little
did Stoney go?
The best that never was, it sounds like.
Well, Stoner, just like Stoner, fucking ended up on the IR way too soon, and everybody thought his hopes and the optimism of how great he could be is kind of worn off. I mean, that's how the Golden Knights fans feel. Right?
Arrived before you actually arrived.
And Joey Chestnut got comfortable. You know what I mean? He was just winning. What the fuck you want me to do? This is boring. Then somebody knocked him off, and it was like, whoa. Another hot dog on the shoulder, maybe. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
I think there is a chip eating contest as well.
Sure.
But I think that kind of built the, hey, I'm back in this thing. I'm a champion. He has a special talent. He can control his gullet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they train for that, don't they? Like I saw in that documentary, they're training by chugging water and trying to eat stuff to expand their stomach, right?
Full time. Joey Chestnut, full-time eater.
So he just feels terrible all the time?
No, he's probably awesome all the time. He's a champion.
Yeah, you're right. He's a fucking champion.
American hero.
What the hell are you talking about?
He's from Indiana. He lives in Indiana, though, full-time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he moved here.
Made some delicious hot sauces as well.
Oh, yeah. What happened to his hot sauces?
They're still around.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They
I
were
go to the
delicious.
store, I've seen them.
I bet he gets recognized all over America, honestly.
It's a household name.
4th of July, you're spending it with Joey Chestnut for the last, 8 wins, then 6 wins? 14 out of the last 15 years he has won, and everybody watches. Do you ever think about getting into, are you a good eater? Good eater? Bad eater?
I'm not a great binge eater like that now.
If it was grilled chicken and rice.
Oh, forget about it.
No, that'd be awful. That would be not fun to eat for a competition.
He's a steak guy now, remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right. He likes the red meat.
No, I do either one, but I don't. Yeah, I'm not into the competitive eating. I'm not.
This
big,
isn't a
I don't
thing.
eat
Yeah,
huge
I
amounts
do.
in one city.
Yeah, this isn't a thing. I'll eat either one, but right now for the last 3 months strictly, I've only eaten steak for every single day and every single meal of my life. But yeah, I'll eat either.
How do you like it cooked? What's your temperature deal?
Medium or less than that. I don't care. I mean, I can eat
rare.
it pretty red, pretty bloody.
Primal.
I like as I've gotten into more steak eating in my life, I will go obviously lighter and lighter cooked. I think everybody kind of does that, right?
I mean, that's what they try to say. Like, if you go into a nice steakhouse and say, make it medium well, like a lot of people are offended by that and say, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, well, all right, you can though. You're here, you're paying the money.
My wife, I'll tell you what, she will disrespect a place. She is not scared. She worked at a very nice steak place here in town. We'll go to somewhere out of town, and it's like a big steak place, and we ordered it medium or whatever, and they overcooked it. Can I get ketchup, please? Sam, just a fucking burial.
Hell yeah.
That's a burial to the chef in the back. Hey, you made this a burger. And I'm like, Sam, Jesus Christ. She's like, well, this thing, the only way I'm going to be able to eat this with how burnt it is if we put a little sauce on. I'm like, the chef is going to come out here. And she's like, well, I mean, what do you want us to do?
Good.
And she's like, I would like to eat this steak that we're paying for. And I'm like, Sam, I respect it. And then there's been one time. This has only happened like 4 times. But there's been one time the chef came out and asked if everything was okay. And Sam was like, well, I mean, this is very well done. I don't know how I'm supposed to eat this.
Yeah, normally they'll hate you if you try to say I want it medium well. They won't cook it medium well.
Yeah, so I think it was this person gave us the full. It's a new chef. We apologize. This is not our standard.
Chopper does that. Sure. Chopper makes a special sauce. Every steakhouse he goes to, he asks for Worcestershire, A1, and ketchup. And he sits there and he whips it together at the table.
I love that. Well, if it tastes good, like shouldn't the chef just want the food to taste the best for the person
Yeah,
anyways?
yeah. Who cares how it is?
That's like DJs that say, no requests, please.
Oh, the worst.
I don't take
wedding
any
bowl.
requests, dude. All
A
right?
lot of wedding DJs probably shouldn't take requests.
Well, and some wedding DJs don't have like simple songs that everyone loves, like Country Roads or something.
Oh, man. I mean, that was quite a moment. But I should have given a heads up beforehand.
Well,
I should have given a heads up beforehand. But
Mr. Brightside back there, buddy.
I don't know.
Jesus.
I am a fan of, DJs that are open to the environment. Because
Yeah.
hey, the patrons this particular evening might not be the patrons that you thought it was going to be. And maybe it's time to adapt a little bit.
Read the room.
I am never the person that wants to put in the request. Like, I'm not doing that. But I do know that there's people in almost every friend group that I have, like from everywhere. It's like, oh, this person has a good playlist.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this person puts together a good playlist. No offense, DJ. I'm sure you do as well. This is not just, hey, how about you just throw in one of these? And then that kind of became a thing with DJs, and I assume it's because there's a lot of people with terrible taste in music that started pitching ideas to DJs. And they're like, yeah, I mean, I fucking worked my entire life to put this playlist together, but yeah, you drunk fuck boy, you should definitely tell me. There should just be a balance, I think, AJ. There should be a
agree.
balance in that whole thing.
Like everything. But I'm talking like when your Aunt Ruth goes up and tries to request 15 different songs from 1948 at a wedding that's actually going very well and there's a lot of energy in the room. Don't listen to her.
Sit down, Ruth.
Do you think the DJ, so like athletes, whenever they're not performing well, everybody on earth sees it,
Okay.
and you get booed and things like that happen and you're judged and talked about. Do DJs think if there's requests coming, oh, these people are saying I'm not doing well?
Is that right?
Probably right. Yeah. They're offended. Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost an accountability issue. Almost.
Yeah.
Like I don't want
Big
to.
time.
Self-awareness.
Right, isn't it?
Yes.
They take that as, oh, you think I'm having a bad evening.
Or is it someone on here saying, hey, stick to sports? What are you guys veering off about?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe.
I think sometimes you misread the crowd, and this is the crowd trying to correct it a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
but you, okay, good playlists. Imagine if fucking Gumpy, okay, he is a banger.
And I love Gumpy.
We love Gumpy.
Love him.
And he will fist bump. We
Yeah.
miss you, Gump, by the
Love
way.
you,
We will.
Gump.
Miss you, Gump.
But there's been numerous songs he has introduced to us as a whole where we go, Gump, that song cannot be heard in this office.
Yeah, on the plane to L.A., AJ.
He had the aux cord.
Oh my gosh.
He had the aux cord. And it was like, all right, Gump, we understand.
I don't know about you guys, but every banger that Gump played, I'd never heard.
Well, Gump tries to introduce new music to.
Yeah, don't do it, Gump. Let it get popular, Gump. Don't do it.
Well, I appreciate Gump.
Love you. I love you, Gump.
Love you, miss you,
Love you,
Gump.
Gump.
Love you, miss you, go.
Gump puts on that cape, though, and he's like, oh, did you hear the new song? Fucking banger. And then he'll play it, and I'm like, he must be talking about a different song. And then I'll say, hey, that song? Yeah, pal. And then there's another one from this person. Boom, plays it. And it's like, all right, so we just have a little bit different taste. And I'm like, I might be wrong. And then normally the same reaction happens to everybody. But Gump does hit a couple home runs. Let's
Yeah,
not-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's not get in there. But Gump probably went up to a DJ at least once in his life and said, pal, fucking
Mix
need
it up,
this."
pal.
Hit it. Stormzy G right here.
It plays. It
They're
goes
dying
to,
out here on the dance floor, pal. Got a few birds I'm chasing.
My wedding, it was flawless. Where this website, you put in the songs that you wanted them to play, and if they played a song off that wasn't on the list, you're fucking fired. Okay?
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I like that.
Free.
That's a good play. Doesn't happen in clubs.
No.
I have been at a place where they said, text this number, your request, and it's like, oh, so they're just making me feel like I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very nice of them to do so.
Connor's going to be. Does Connor have a good playlist? We're going to need him to carry a Bluetooth if we get to play together Friday.
Putting around playlists together.
Yeah, here we go.
Good.
Perfect. And then I can just click on that through my own app and
What do we?
play it.
Do we got to put? I'm not saying it.
What?
I mean, we have to appeal to all parties that are playing in said golf round. I think
No.
So for you, we got to have like let the bodies
Hit the floor.
Yeah,
Let the
absolutely
bodies-
not.
Down with
Yeah,
the
Play the hit.
sickness.
Just play the hit.
Come on, get down with the
Hey, the Stranger Things soundtrack has some good hits too.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
it is.
running down the hill.
I don't know anything about that. They're all adults now, though, huh? They used to be kids.
Yeah, they're much older, and that's why
I haven't seen the show as much, but I've been listening to the soundtrack. Sorry, no, I cut you off there.
No, don't.
What's Aaron listening to? Monk Backyard Barbecue or whatever?
Yeah, can we get is there a Buddhist playlist?
I don't think, probably any music he listens to has no vocals. It's all like slow instrumental, weird, junk.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I like those for thinking. That's a big thinking genre for me on the old playlist.
Now that's what I call Buddhism 25.
Here we go. Boom. TED Talks we can play.
Download it, Con.
I will.
All right. What's the
That'd be a fun 6-hole stretch.
On the music thing, though, Touch Tunes has changed the game because you can now go to a bar and play songs that
and you can pay
want.
more to cut the line.
Oh, yeah. Fast pass. I do it every time. And if someone else fast passes while you're fast passing, you know you got someone in the bar who wants to challenge you. Then you deposit more and you fast pass like 50 songs.
You get that.
Put them in the fucking ground. You don't even hear any of the songs you fast pass because at that point there's like 20 of them. But every time that happens, I fucking bury the bar. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, way to go, dude. Way to spend more money on that.
Man, I got riled up about that almost every weekend.
I always do that. I put 200 in just to rile him up.
Yep.
It's probably the business, too. Yeah, it's not just Zito running you up. It's the fucking business. Like, there's the mulleted doofus. All right.
Sure.
Let's put in fake $150, see if we can get this guy to spend $200 on this goddamn Touch Tunes.
They always get me. It even says, like, due to popular demand, Fast Pass is now 5 or 6 more tokens. I don't fucking care. I'm playing 50 songs. I will spend $200.
What's your go-to? What's the number one you want to get played?
Usually every time I walk in, I'll do, like, the Spins by Mac Miller because that usually gets everyone in the right place. And then I'll go to, like, Bruce Springsteen. And then I'll switch it back up and I'll go to, like, Wiz. Then I'll go to maybe a little Avicii just to dabble in the...
Levels?
What's the dance?
Is he alive?
Yeah, Levels.
Yes.
Yeah, he's alive.
Speaking of live, we have to keep this conversation alive and go elsewhere because we are a sports show. Stick to sports, AJ, you fucking idiot. Okay?
Let's see you do it.
All right. Joining us now is a man who, if he was past the aux cord, would put fire flames through any speaker that he would grab.
Absolutely.
He was an absolute standout star at the University of Cincinnati. I do believe I was actually on the call for his first ever collegiate touchdown. He would then go on to score many, many, many more and then be drafted in the second round to the Indianapolis Colts wide receiver, Alec Pierce.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Colts. Obviously, everybody who matters has already done that. I'm getting to officially do it right now. Pumped to have you here. How do you feel? You in Indianapolis? You back at home? How was OTAs, mini camps? How do you feel going into your first camp here, pal?
I feel great. So I actually just got down to Tampa. I'm training down there, just getting ready for the season. But yeah, we wrapped up a couple weeks ago. Mini camp was all good. You know, it was great to get there and meet all the guys, and I'm excited to get going.
You don't know shit about fucking the NFL. We all know that. And I don't want to put you into a position where you'd feel uncomfortable. But there was some stuff coming on OTAs about Matt Ryan and accountability and being commanding and demanding and calling the huddle and the defense actually being super pumped that happened. What has been your first interactions with Matt Ryan, a guy who Jim Irsay said astronaut, Navy SEAL, and accolades a mile long, obviously. What are your thoughts on him? And was there any welcome to the NFL moments with old Matt Ryan?
I don't think I've had any welcome to NFL moments. I mean, just like first day walking in the door, meeting him, you know, was definitely interesting. It's just like how much older he is than me, you know, and he's just doing it for so long. Not to say that I hope he doesn't.
No, that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
It's a compliment for sure. He's just such a leader. Like we would be out there doing the walkthroughs. I know you guys know how that goes in the off season. Some days you don't have practice, got walkthroughs, and like just seeing how like locked in he was, like that kind of set the precedent for me day one, knowing like this is the pros now. How you got to come every single day, you know.
What's the culture been like? You walk in, obviously everything's new to you at first, but spending some time there, it seems like all those dudes get along very well, and Frank Reich seems to be in control, and they have a lot of great leadership too. Like, what's the culture like?
Yeah, I think it's a great culture. I mean, you got a lot of great players that lead the culture. I know for the receivers, we're super young, but they have good guys in that room that are good leaders with Paris, Ashton, Michael Pittman. So it's a great group of guys, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Chris Ballard actually told me, like we like our young receivers, and I think an old NFL narrative, and if you last long enough in the NFL, which we assume you will, you'll be on your way to do so. Everybody knows you need a good veteran in every room. So I think that's why Reggie Wayne was hired as the wide receiver coach. It's like, hey, here's the perfect veteran that knows the building, knows everything about this organization, is one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, Hall of Famer, and he could potentially be the OG in the wide receiver room. What has it been like watching him become a coach? And it feels like he is crushing it. Do you guys have a lot of respect for him? And do you think this is a job that he'll be able to do for a long time?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm sure he'll be able to do it as long as he wants to do it. He's been great so far. He's a technician. He's guys that's going to get us right on the field, but then he's also guys able to speak from experience of being a NFL player. So he's been great in that regards. He keeps it light. He keeps it fun out there and just gets us to go out there and compete.
How'd you end up at Cincinnati? Were you just like a scrawny little white coming out of college? And then what did Luke Fickell and the boys over there do to your game, you think, that made you this NFL stud, second-round draft pick?
Yeah, so I didn't have a whole lot of offers. I was kind of considering some MAC schools, and then they ended up giving me an offer to Cincinnati, and that came along late. But at that time, they weren't that good of a team. I think they're coming off a 4-8 season, so it was kind of on par with the MAC schools. But I went on a visit there, and it just felt so much better. It felt like they had a lot higher of a ceiling, a lot more potential. So ended up committing there, and then freshman year I played all special teams. Just gunner. You'd have loved me, Pat. Just straight gunner.
Here we go.
So yeah, I ended up doing that for my freshman year, and then they claimed they liked me so much on special teams that they wanted to change me to a linebacker, but it also could have been that they just didn't see much of me at receiver potential-wise, because I was big and athletic, so they wanted to get me on the field. But so I played in that December of my freshman year. I played Sam linebacker, like a safety linebacker hybrid. So I was out there. It was all cool until they ran the inside zone and I had to go in there and make the tackles. But if they run it outside or passing the ball, I loved it. I would have had to gain a lot of weight and stuff. So ended up doing that. And then what really kind of saved my career, I think, or made my career was we got a new receiver coach at that time. So the old receiver coach left, and the new receiver coach came in, Mike Brown, and he was a young guy, and he just fresh out of the league, and he just kind of was the guy that taught me all that technique, because I was really raw at that time. So he made me into the player I am today, and I still think I got a lot of improvement on my technique and stuff like that. But he definitely got that groundwork for me.
What was it like playing for Luke Fickell? He's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Do you think Luke is he ever gonna take another gig? Do you think he ever leaves Cincinnati? I know everybody's trying to get him out of there, and he loves the place.
Yeah, this year, especially with the Notre Dame job, you just never knew. But I think there's probably only one place he'd ever go, and I know you're familiar with that place. Being an alma mater there, you couldn't blame him if that job ever comes calling for him. I wouldn't blame him if he left for that. But he's an awesome coach, great players coach, really competitive guy, really 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 intense in that manner, and competitiveness. I know he's like the best wrestler ever or something like that. So
yes.
Yes.
Maybe got to get him out in the WWE, see if you can get him out there. Pat.
I would love to see Luke Fickell out there, but what he has done with Cincinnati has been awesome to watch. And that North Carolina game, was it North Carolina you guys played on that? Was that? Yeah, right?
UCLA maybe?
Yeah, UCLA. Sorry, the blue. Yeah, UCLA.
They didn't tweet.
Brian Kelly brought Chip Kelly.
Chip.
Yes.
Yep. Chip Kelly brought the squad, and that was almost, I don't want to say the beginning of you guys going on a run, but fucking hey, from that point forward, it feels like if you guys lost the game, it was a massive ordeal. What year were you born? 2000 what?
2000.
So whenever you were 7 or 8 years old, Cincinnati was a squad in the Big East. Then Cincinnati disappeared. Now Cincinnati's joining the Big 12. What was it like to be a part of that city, that school, that university coming back to prominence? I think there was additions on the stadium. I know the place was sold out. That had to be a pretty sweet feel. I got to experience this at WVU because when our class kind of rose everything back to prominence, the energy around the university was just fucking awesome. Was it like that at Cincinnati? And do you see Do you see them carrying that, Alec? Do you see them being able to carry that?
Yeah, I think they're going to carry it for sure. And I mean, it was definitely a big change. Our freshman year, we kind of came out of nowhere. We were the year before we were 4-8. So when I first came in, we won 11 games, but it wasn't like we weren't really ranked the whole season, and we were kind of just winning games that people thought we shouldn't. So that year, like the stadium wasn't packed. We started getting some good fan support once we were winning, and people saw that maybe we slid up in like 25th in the rankings, stuff like that. But yeah, it was definitely my sophomore year. I think we opened with UCLA, the game that you were calling. And that was like the first known like big difference. Like it was a Thursday night game, it was on ESPN. And then just kind of built from there, the more games we won. And then, you know, junior year was COVID, so we didn't have fans. But then just coming out this year, we were like a top 10 team to start the year. And I think every game there was no open seat in the house, no matter what. Even when we're killing teams, like it was packed in there. The student section is the whole back end zone. So yeah, it was an awesome place to play this year.
I enjoyed that stadium. It's the oldest playing field in the NCAA or something like that. I forget the stat or fact, and they built the stadium up around it. I remember that. You drink beers? You drink beers, or are you super healthy guy?
Oh, yeah, I'll drink beers. Yeah, a little bit.
Hell yeah, that's fucking great news. Honestly, that is.
No, you gotta drink beers there.
Chris Ballard asked anything about like you as a human whenever you were going through the whole draft process. Did you know the Colts were super interested?
I did. So they came and worked out Dez, our quarterback. It was me, Dez, and Michael Young. And then so we ended up me and Mike ended up signing there. Dez, you know, I kind of thought that they really wanted to work out Dez. I think this might have been, I don't know if they had Matt Ryan or not at the time, but
no.
I think they were looking at him heavily. And yeah, we went and caught balls for him. And I think Chris Ballard, he called after the workout and just said he was like impressed with how we ran the workout and just kind of our whole organization, our program. Like he understands why we won so many games. So I think that's, you know, went into not only me getting drafted, we had Curtis Brooks get drafted, D tackle, in I think the 6th rounds by the Colts. So yeah, I think they're buying into the Cincinnati program. They like it.
That's awesome. I like the fact that you drink beers.
Why?
Like a lot. Yeah, you're a human. That's what I hear right there, because there's a lot of good times to be had in your time during Cincinnati. And if you were not enjoying it, I would have been like, get that guy the fuck off of this team. What are we doing? You got to enjoy that type of stuff. Connor, your question for Alec Pierce.
Yeah, Alec, I mean, there are a lot of locker room games, I believe, especially in the Colts. There was a basketball hoop maybe last year, and then, you know, ping pong and cornhole can sneak in. Are you well versed in those things, or do you kind of have to work at it a little bit?
I actually haven't got on the ping pong yet, but I'm a pretty good ping pong player. But I've been running in bags, cornhole, I guess what you call it. But yeah, I've been running in bags. That's been my specialty.
Oh,
I've seen the basketball though.
Have you ever played the game euchre?
Euchre, yeah, I learned that at Cincy.
Oh, that was created in Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's an Ohio thing. That's cool.
It's actually a Michigan thing.
Oh, listen. You good at cornhole?
Boo-ray. You know Boo-ray?
Yeah, you do not. Hey, listen. Stay the fuck out of the Boo-ray games until your next contract. Seriously.
All right. Yeah, I got you. No, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, I've been in a couple hilarious games, and Pot's hilarious. After playing land, we are still on plane for a good 30, 45 minutes as we try to figure out who's going to end up doing whatever to get this pot here. Boo-ray is a match the pot situation, so that game is a never-ending one, even if you have a winner of a hand. If there's 2 people in and one person loses, that pot stays. So it can build. Boo-ray is the game. It's a lot of fun. It's a fucking blast. Also, in the past, has been the reason why guns show up and, you know, little beef happens with some teammates that maybe aren't on the same page with some debts.
Sure.
And said, Alec, keep your fucking ass out of the Boo-ray game until your next contract, okay, pal?
I got it.
Unless you're a good player, though. Hey, if you're a good player, get in there. I was a card player, so when I was introduced to Boo-ray, I think it was my rookie year, I sat in there in the game, and I got out of there in a good spot. I felt good about it. But I had a nice conscious conversation with the mirror afterwards and was like, hey, that could have ended very badly. This is not the time to learn a new game. But I like that you're a card player.
Here we go.
Beer drinker, cornhole player.
What?
You're just, hey, let's go have 2,000 yards next year.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go, pal.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What do you think about the college game that you experienced there with Desmond in Cincinnati will translate into the NFL game? And what do you think is the immediate, hey, I got to get better at this before my first training camp in the NFL?
I think Well, like I said when I explained my whole career path, like I played special teams. I kind of did whatever it took to win for my team. My team won a lot of games, so I kind of understand that. Like sometimes we were just running the ball a lot because we could. So I understand I'm not a selfish player. I'm a guy that will do whatever it takes to win. And then what was the second part, what I need to work on?
Yeah, what do you think you need to, like, out of your first OTAs? Was there a if I work on this better? It's all probably technique shit, huh?
Yeah, no, technique for sure. Like, I think I need to work on my releases. That's what I'm going to be working on these next couple weeks, just kind of working on being saving space for the quarterback, stuff like that. And then, always my footwork at the top of routes, getting out of cuts cleaner. That's always a big emphasis.
Do you grow up playing 7-on-7?
I did not, but I grew up like Midwest Boom is like the best 7-on-7 team in the country. It's like right where I'm from. But I played a bunch of other sports, so I didn't do it in the off season. I'd rather like run track and play volleyball or whatever I did.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Chicago area.
Zito just dropped in my ear. You got a 40-inch vert or whatever.
Damn.
Your French show, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, don't end up like this fucking guy next to you here. AJ, he used to have 40-inch vert.
Yeah. That's right.
Ran a 4.4.
His fucked up hands.
Did the whole thing. Now he's got busted, mangled fingers, and he can't even walk because his knees or whatever. But, he'll pay the price on the back end of that, Alec.
Right.
You drinking wine or swimming in your own pee or anything? Doing any of that weird, stay healthy stuff?
Drinking wine makes you stay healthy?
Well, yeah, I think you live forever. That's what the Europeans do when they're like 12 years old.
Try swimming in your own pee.
Antioxidants.
Last night, like LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Hell
gets
yeah.
it.
Well,
Hey, that fucking guy. Did you see all those bottles whenever they're down in the bubble in his fucking room? He had like 200 bottles of wine corked already he was doing down there. That guy maybe have an issue, but his tequila's #1 in the world or whatever. Right?
No, you don't say.
Better than Jordan's.
That's
No,
Bron.
second to Jordan's.
Your question, Tone?
Alec, you talked
No,
about
Jordan's tooted LeBron.
No.
No, that's an actual stat. It came out this
It
week.
ain't better than
The
Terramana.
tequila it ain't better than Terramana.
No,
Or
no,
just
no,
us.
no, it's definitely not better than
definitely not better than
Terramana.
Terramana. Or the Zoa energy drink at all.
Correct.
Sorry about this, Alec. This is a little in-house shit we got to deal with. Go ahead, Tone.
Alec, you talked about Matt Ryan being 45 years old or whatever. Is that an easy transition for you? Because the internet says that Desmond Ridder looks like he is also a 45-year-old man. Do you guys ever talk about that?
Okay. I don't understand that because I think it's just like always being around Des. Like he was super young. He was starting as a redshirt freshman. I think he turned like 18 or 19 on the first game. So he's like one of those guys that was super young playing. So I always thought of him like he looked kind of young. But I guess now people are saying he looks like an old man. I don't really
World
get it.
War II.
He had a kid. He had a kid, so that could have just added like 20 years, I guess.
Well, congrats to him on having a child. You look like a child, though. You do. You look like you're like very young. You look like, the fact that you drink beers is crazy to me. It seems like you're doing a TB12 avocado ice cream, super water thing. That's. I'm very happy to hear the complete opposite of that. I want to let you know that, Alec.
Yeah, thank you. 4th of July coming up,
Here we go.
hell
Birthday
yeah.
America. I'm pumped for the Colts having this guy on the squad.
Don't touch a
Great
firework. Keep
Hey,
those fireworks
yeah,
out.
Don't be
keep
holding
it-
any Roman candles.
Eagle Creek, Pat. Eagle Creek Golf Course.
Is that where you play?
The Colts. That's like the Colts. It's right next to the facility.
Yeah, that course.
I mean, there's others. I've only we get comped on that. So I've been there like just after practice and whatnot.
I've played there. I've played Eagle Creek a lot. I played that course a lot. I have lost no less.
Oh, the one 18, the one that's in the woods. I lost a ball every hole for the front nine.
I've lost every single hole I think I've ever played at Eagle. There is just woods and trees dropped right into the middle of the fairway. It's like, all right, there's no chance I'm going to find. It's a tough course, sneaky tough course. But I like the fact that you're getting into the community. We are very lucky to have you here. Can't wait to watch you perform, sir. Thank you for your time today, Alec.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're good at cornhole, huh?
Yeah, I'm decent. Lots of like grad parties. It's pretty Caucasian.
You played in college, right? I would imagine you played a lot at Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was backyard. We had a big like basically frat house with me and all my teammates. We had like eight football guys living in 2 houses that had a shared backyard. So
Here we go.
That's why you guys were so fucking good. We need to have that in Indy, by the way. That we talk about this a lot. Like a team liking each other is a massive ordeal.
Oh, no.
And at Cincinnati, obviously, you guys had each other's back, and success is an easier way to kind of generate friendship and shit like that. But if teams could bottle that, they would try to and sell it. Do you feel that with the Colts team? The same thing you were kind of feeling with Cincinnati, although you're brand fucking new here?
Yeah, for sure. And I think, for me, that's something I've just been like accustomed to. So I'm sure I would have been shocked if I didn't feel that way. But yeah, it's felt just like how I felt at Cincinnati. Like, guys are super cool. Everyone like just gets along in the locker room. People talk shit. They do all that stuff, So it's the same way as it was in college.
All right, last question here before we let you go. You walk into a Tractor Supply.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Alex. You walk into a Tractor Supply, and you're trying to pick up mower, tractor, whatever. And there is a John Deere one here to the left and a Bobcat one here to the right. Which way are you going, and which one are you picking?
Oh, man. I don't have much experience with tractors. I'd probably go
This is not
just off the color. Isn't Bobcat yellow, John Deere's the green and yellow one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I'd go probably Bobcat.
Good luck with the Colts. We appreciate that. We will not judge you for that at all. Don't worry about it. Not quarterback.
No.
Not quarterback. Don't have to make
Exactly. In
decisions.
Cincinnati, Wildcats, Bobcat, right?
Yeah,
They're the Bears,
Bearcats.
so Bearcat, yeah.
Hope I didn't ruin like brand opportunities right there. Or whatever.
Well, yeah, just zero. Now, listen, I don't know if John Deere's ever going to sponsor you or Bobcat's ever going to sponsor you. I just know in this particular office, like, that was a tough decision to make.
It's a Deere
that was a
office.
tough decision. We are a John Deere office, Alec. But
all John Deere.
Goddamn right.
Why?
Like a lawnmower?
Why?
hey, Bobcats are red, by the way, Norm. That's their color. John Deere is yellow and green. That
You
change?
think Kubota?
Bobcats are red. I was thinking of it something else then.
Kubota.
Caterpillar cat. That's what he's thinking.
Caterpillar?
I think the
Cat.
big, like, yeah, I don't even know.
They're yellow.
Would you like to redecide?
Read the sign. Read what?
Can we tell him why you're upset, Pat? Why are you upset that he chose?
I'll take John Deere.
Yeah!
Okay. All right. There you go.
They got
Got a chance.
Coachable.
All right,
Yep.
this is good. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We appreciate it. By the way, we make $0 from John Deere. This is just from our life experiences, what we have been able to realize on decision-making processes and on. It's great to hear that, man. There's no wonder why success just follows you around, Alec. You're the man. Good luck with the Colts. We're lucky to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, Alec Pierce.
That was close.
Jesus Christ.
That was very close.
You guys drinking beers. He's doing
Why?
the whole thing, cornhole.
Why?
They got the whole thing. Like, this is like, oh, this is a guy.
Special teams.
40-inch vertical, playing special teams, whatever I got to do. It's like, holy fuck, we got a home run here. And then, yeah, give me the Bobcat. All right.
That's not Alex's fault. It's quarterback of the team's fault.
Yeah, decision making.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the quarterback of the team should have already told him that.
Who, Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
They're not there yet. That's training camp stuff.
That is kinda true.
First huddle. Got to
guys.
tell him that, right?
First things first.
All right, eyes on me. Let's be intentional here. Let's be intentional. We need to. Let's get it. By the way, we are fucking John Deere guys in here. All right.
Especially if McAfee asks.
Yeah.
Especially if McAfee ever asks for
Yeah.
the show.
Jeez Louise.
I mean, having a linebacker playing wide receiver now, though, that's awesome that he played Sam.
Yeah, that is. I wonder what.
What a great team for him to go to as well. Like you said, young receiver room. Like this dude could have a monster year.
monster, especially if him and Matt get on the same page. I mean, there's tight ends, obviously. Got Jonathan Taylor in the back, so there's a chance we're going to be running the ball a good bit with the offensive line we have. But if Alec Pierce is just like, yeah, I'll fucking run every route as hard as possible, every single time and do my thing. Ran a 4.4 40-inch vert, played linebacker and special teams. Let's go. We
Basically,
got a guy.
AJ Hawk.
Basically you as a wide
Might
receiver.
play now. This dude's way more athletic and faster than me, but he might play some gun or two this year early on. Maybe.
Second round pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I hope they wouldn't do it, but you never know.
As literally in my head as he was talking, I'm like, oh, he might play special team. Second round pick. They're not gonna fucking put next year or the year after. If it's like he becomes like third or fourth wide receiver still on the team, then he will probably get asked to do so. But next 2 years, he's going to get every opportunity to be a guy, a wideout, and it sounds like he is a good guy to have that opportunity.
Yeah, and being a Chris Ballard second round pick like holds a little more weight now, especially.
Yeah, you're going to be here.
Yeah,
we need you. Hey,
Yes.
we need you this year too. Like it's not like hey, you have a lot of time to figure it out.
Hey, we got a team, by the way, except for in one particular position. So let's fucking.
That's where you play.
Pittman was a second round pick.
And Chris Ballard's picks have done well.
Yeah.
All right, we're back in 4. We'll answer some phone calls to wrap up this hour 2. Hour 3, we got Ice Cube back. AJ.
Big three, right?
Yeah, big 3, and the power went out the last time we were talking to him. So kind of getting him back. Can't wait to chat with him. He's always good on this show. We're back in 4. 5 Energy phone line phone calls. Can't wait to hear him. Cheers. Quick questions, though, that we have to get cleared up.
Okay.
You walk into a store, okay, and it's like a farming store.
Oh man.
Okay.
This is new. This is new to me.
No, I think you'll get it right. I think you'll get it
Hopefully.
right.
Tractor supply.
Tractor supply. There's a John Deere tractor right here, and then there's a Bobcat tractor right here. Which one are you more likely to purchase, Matt?
John Deere.
Oh, yeah!
My dad had one growing up.
Oh, all you need to know. That is all you need to know.
Oh yeah.
All right, that was the only question.
Holy shit.
All right, that was the most important part of this whole thing.
Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah.
Bucket.
Super Bowl. Do you want to guarantee a Super Bowl or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Come on. Steven in Nashville enough. What's going on, Steven?
Hey, hello? Pat? You guys can hear me?
This is the worst call we've ever had, Steven.
My God. So mean.
Steven.
Hello?
Steven,
Pat.
it's the worst call we've ever had. So much dead air there.
Yo, Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah, keep it going.
Hello?
Know what you say?
I was going to hit him again.
What?
Yo, Pat.
No,
Pat?
it's that.
Pat. Hey, Pat, can you hear me?
Steven does not deserve this. Steven, what's going on, dude? How's going on, Steven?
Sorry, your phone would chop.
Yo, Pat McAfee, can you hear me?
Steven, you there?
Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Is there a cup and a string?
Steven!
Yo, Pat. Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Steve!
Pat!
Hey, there you are. Hey,
Hello?
what's going on, Steve? Hey, Steven, sorry about that. I think we're having connection issues. What's going on, man?
Hey, sorry, man. I didn't know if that was me or if you were trying to talk to another guy. And then I didn't hear you guys.
Steve!
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, we lost him again, I think. Shit.
Pat!
Can you?
No. Pat, can you hear me?
Steve, hey, Steve, there you are, Steve.
Pat!
Steve,
Pat!
hey!
Pat! Pat!
Steve,
Pat!
Steve.
Oh, can you hear me?
Steve!
Are you guys messing around? Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah! You hear that, AJ?
Is this Goopy's list?
No.
This is a banger.
We have not heard from Goops.
Way too many BPMs for Goop.
No, there's some songs he loves with the BPMs. High beat for me. AJ Hawk to my left, your right if you're watching at home. It is Thursday, June 30th, 2022. We're staring down a 4-day weekend. That includes Money in the Bank and UFC 276.
Ooh. This fucking guy.
Bruce, wake the fuck up back there.
Setup.
How long did you think that music?
A setup?
I liked it.
No, I agree.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, guys. Who fucking cares if you liked it?
Sweet.
Turn the goddamn music down, Bruce.
No, Bruce, I like what you're doing, though. Bruce, listen, you own it. You do it your own way. I'll ride your wave, pal. Let's go ahead and do
Brucey
this.
beats back there.
That's what I mean. We should be more communicative. And in the next studio, I will be able to speak to the people behind the glass, which is good news.
Well, usually not about the music, though. Tell you right when you come back from break.
This might be Bruce's new thing. Look at Bruce.
There you go, Bruce.
There you go, Bruce. There's a couple things happening around the NFL. Golden Tate says he feels bad for Daniel Jones because of everything, all the turnover. I like to hear that. Giants fans probably pumped to hear that. Saquon Barkley has an 8-pack again. He's training with shorts that say Brooklyn, I think. He's doing his entire thing. He's getting healthy. Maybe without the turnover from Pat Shurmur to Joe Judge, now to the big Dayball, and with a new offense coordinator that isn't named Jason Garrett, it sounds like. Golden Tate says, hey, maybe he'll have success. You're going to have to be patient with him. But this team has been bad for so long. Daniel Jones didn't stand a chance, AJ.
I mean, maybe he has a point. He was there on the inside. He saw it firsthand, but he should say, I feel better for him now, though, because Daboll is supposed to be an offensive guru. It should be good for him.
Listen, we don't know. We never know. Well, let's not put the cart before the horse, but Daboll does seem to be loved by everybody that's ever played for him. So hopefully he'll be able to do something in the Giants organization. They have sucked. In my head, I'm going back through like the stats. They have like the worst team in the records and stats over like the last 15 years or something. I forget 10 years. I forget the amount. They're like the worst team. We always talk about the Lions being terrible. Yeah. And obviously the Browns catch them strays because the Browns is the Browns, although they've had success the last couple of years, and now who knows how it's going to go. The Giants sneaky have been fucking terrible football team. And I think it's because the Jets are also in the area.
Yeah.
And the Jets are also a clusterfuck. So they kind of sneak by there. Maybe they'll be able to turn it around, though. New head coach, the whole thing. Tom Brady is working out on a yacht in Italy. Okay, and I don't know if
Is Russ next to him on a different yacht?
No, Russ was in Monaco, then he was in London, I believe, on a speaking tour for the NFL, growing the game. We appreciate Russ.
Great ambassador.
Hey, let's ride to Europe. And then let's ride on to Eastern Europe. And then let's ride to Australia. And Asia.
What?
And Antarctica.
What?
Ukraine.
In Ukraine.
Yeah, what?
That's what he said.
Central
Eastern Europe.
America, South America.
I thought he was
Africa.
gearing up. I thought he was getting a rifle from Zelensky.
Up onto Mars. Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
That guy lost, believe it or not. Never would have thought. To be honest, after watching these doofuses that are in charge speak, I don't know how that guy didn't win. He was at least able to put a little juice into a speech and kind of put a little bit of a promo. And instead of the what, he's like, that was going to become his thing. Please clap. That's another politician who has said that in the middle of his speech. That's even worse. But Tom Brady's getting better out on a yacht. And when you see Tom Brady leaping off the top of his yacht, and who knows what the name of it is, and you see him living his life with his son, and swimming, and boxing with Jack, and having the time of his life, it's hard not to remember that guy eats avocado ice cream. That guy drinks however many gallons of water a day. That guy's working on pliability at all times. He literally has committed his entire life to being an NFL quarterback. And even when you're on a yacht in Italy, the game don't sleep. The game don't wait, AJ. And that's why the dude's the fucking GOAT at our sport.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the cool thing he has going. He gets to enjoy these awesome, exclusive type things like this on this yacht. But he knows, you can sit there and enjoy it, but hey, I got this thing I'm always working towards. This thing I'm always have this thing. The season is starting. I'm continuing to play football. Like, I think Tom would be, if he was there and he wasn't playing, he wouldn't have nearly as good a time. He really wouldn't.
So that's why, like, Tom is built that way. And there's a lot of dudes that are built that way with competitive stamina. At my position, I was happy to get that thing out of lumen over me at all times. Like, hey, every decision I'm making, is this making me kick a ball better or worse? Like, I got sick of that being, like, the overwhelming thought at all times. Like, I'm going to go do this, and then I have to be at this because this affects if I'm going to kick or a ball better. And I got sick of that weighing over me. If you're the greatest quarterback of all time, I assume it is not a bother to always be thinking. But if he's not getting better, somebody else is. Ain't that right, AJ?
I guess so. He set an example for his kid. Was he was boxing a little bit with his son? Is that right?
Yeah, I wonder if Jack's throwing hands out there.
Probably.
Can we see a picture of the whole yacht? Do we know?
I don't think they could get it in one frame.
Obviously, he probably rented $500K for 3 days.
Flamingo
$500K? That's $1 million.
No, I said for 3 days.
You're right. Like $1 million a week is normally the going rate for these super nice yachts.
Because probably a staff of 15.
Below deck. What's that?
Is that his Flamingo floaty or Giselle's?
It might be
Jack's.
Jack's.
Bring it.
Might be Jack's, might be Vivi's.
I could see Tom taking a couple pics on that thing in the middle of the pool.
Cutting a promo on it.
Yeah.
I like how his pencil dive is perfect for him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's kind of leaning forward a little bit.
He's going in the fucking Mediterranean.
He's trying to see his landing.
I know, but that's what I
Who
mean.
pencil dives, though?
He's going into the Mediterranean.
Off of that,
What does
off
that
of that
have to
thing,
do
I'll
with
pencil in.
Dude, that guy's probably like 30 feet high, jumping into a goddamn ocean.
Got a pencil. What are you doing?
What are you gonna do? Gainer? You doing a gainer?
Head
dig?
first. No, head first.
Jackknife,
Head first dive.
flying squirrel, maybe.
This might be the first jump. Maybe he's just catching the bearings. Like,
You
look-
are not head first diving.
You're
off
not,
of a
trust me.
30-foot
Dude,
yacht.
can opening, your ass and hammy off of that thing would just get such a smack on the ass. You got to pencil
You'd
that.
knock yourself out if you did a can opener. Your back of your head, probably.
Anyways,
Probably holding his nose too.
what did he? What
No, he's not.
Right before he goes in.
was it? No, he's locked in for better aerodynamics. What did he say? I forget the convo. I forget what show he was on. He was talking about how, jumping skis. He's like, I need longer skis to go faster so I can jump further. Like, he is a little bit of a fucking daredevil, too. Not that him penciling into the fucking Mediterranean off his yacht is, but I do believe there is some occasions in the past where old Tom Brady's like, I still got to live a little bit.
That
And
thing is huge.
Yeah, dude.
Which one is it? I know you can look them all up.
That's the name. I can't zoom in anymore though.
just go full screen on it.
Where is it? Do we know where?
Mediterranean.
Are they
They tubing off the back of that sucker?
It's off Italy.
I think they have another boat
Yeah, there's
actually
normally another-
that comes
yeah.
I think
with
probably has
this
3
boat.
boats with
Yeah,
that.
On
exactly.
the website it says that's one of 2 yachts he owns.
Oh, he owns this yacht.
That's what it says on here. At least.
I
That's
doubt
his son.
I don't know about that.
Technically,
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Giselle?
I know it is. but-
I've been reading.
okay.
I've been reading. Technically, the one that he used in the boat parade is technically a yacht.
Oh, that smaller,
The blue one.
sportier one.
The $2 million one, but he also bought a 70-foot yacht, I believe, as
So this
well.
one was $6 million.
Hour 2 wrapping up
That one's
here.
not $6 million right there.
Yeah, that one's like 10, 15, 20.
That
maybe.
one's 300.
Probably not his.
That one's very pricey. I don't know how they float.
That might be 500 mil, honestly. If it's one of those mega yachts,
I think you
ready
hit
to
it.
break.
No, he
No, I
almost, if it's one of those, got in, but not the mega yachts.
Oh. Some alarming information has been sent in regarding one of these yachts.
Oh no, Epstein.
No, not quite.
Tubing?
Come on.
Whose yacht is it?
Well, it's Tom's, but
Tom Brady rode a Super Bowl party today in his new $2 million yacht. He's worth $200 million. He picked up a 900.
He didn't buy a $500 million yacht.
All right, Bill. There's no reason to drop that in here on this Feel Good Thursday.
Oh, man, come on.
Bill,
Hold the phone.
What happened?
Bill. It ain't about the yachts. It's about his business.
come on, Bill.
Now we gotta wait for Bill to catch up.
Oh, man.
No.
I forgot about that.
No,
well. Wonder if he used that money for his big yacht. That's so bitch.
No, we are not. We are not getting into this. Let's get to a
maybe.
break. Hour 3's on the other side.
Can't forget Giselle's worth $400 million as well, Bill.
Bill, what is your problem?
Been asking that for years.
Well, we've said this is how the millionaires become billionaires.
What did he do?
And stay that
Just
way.
turning nickels into dollars, you know?
Wasn't crypto.
Definitely not. That's probably why there's a chance that's, the reasoning behind it.
What are we talking about?
Well, we're not.
You-
I'm literally, listen, there is a full Wimbledon match happening in my head tonight, right now, on whether or not we, you know what I mean, whether we.
Yeah, AJ's not allowed to complain because he left the group. And if he didn't leave the group, then he would know.
Hey, this guy quit our fucking group text. Fuck off, dude.
Yeah. Shut up, AJ.
We're back in 5. You could know. You chose not
I
to.
would have quit. I would have quit organically. Actually, I messed up and quit, but I would have quit on my own.
I don't know how that happened.
There's so
There's
many
like
steps.
4
Yeah.
confirmation
If there's
seats.
more than 2 people in a chat room, leave me out of it, bud. I can't do it.
It's on chat room,
the
okay? This
chat
isn't
room.
1994. This
I know.
is.
That's why I said
He's
that.
on one of
Leave
those
me
chat
out.
rooms where you hit next and then you see a penis and then you
Yeah.
hit next.
Oh, Meagle.
Chat roulette.
What?
That's what
That's what AJ's doing.
A chat room? What?
You know.
chat roulette.
What group texts are sending okay, penis, okay?
It's not a group text.
Nah.
It's a chat room.
Chat room.
He said chat room. So
Yeah.
Chat room?
He
go-
did this.
you go
Those
to
don't
this-
still
AOL
exist.
Instant Messenger.
Oh,
yeah.
Chat rooms don't still exist.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here.
You don't want to know what goes on in them
There
now,
is
but
a
they're
lot
still
of-
around.
Yeah, they're just called OnlyFans now.
True.
It's different.
So everybody's doing that, huh?
Oh, yeah. I
Connor
still
should get an
have it.
account.
I fucking tried. I won't let me.
Who? What? OnlyFans won't let you, or
Yeah.
yourself?
OnlyFans.
I thought maybe you just had a deep conversation with yourself at one point and said maybe my dong doesn't deserve to be out here.
No, I stay away from those type of conversations.
With yourself?
Yeah.
Smart. Back in 4 minutes for hour 3. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Best hour ever.
I believe we have Coach Sirianni calling in as well.
What?
Ooh.
I believe, yeah. I don't know. I sent out a feeler. We'll see how it goes. We're back in 3 minutes. Cheers. assumed that the Packers were going to try to get some weapons, and nobody has heard from you since Davante Adams got moved to the Las Vegas Raiders. When that move happens, obviously we know the connection and the relationship that you and Davante have. You've talked about it on this show ad nauseum and how much respect you have for him. Did that surprise you? Obviously you're not going to be able to replace a Davante Adams, but how has that conversation evolved with the Packers from you, and what do you think are going to be the steps going forward?
Well, we've had a lot of success with the second and third round receivers in Green Bay. You look at Greg Jennings and Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, James Jones in the third round, obviously Davante Adams in the second round. Those guys turned out pretty good. So I'm not sure. I think we're about to pick here in a second, but you know, it was a little surprising with Davante. Obviously, when I made my decision, I was still thinking he was going to come back. You know, I was very honest with him about my plans and my future and where I saw, you know, my career going as far as how many years I wanted to play. But I felt like, you know, he was going to be back. Didn't obviously turn out that way, but I have so much love for Tay and appreciate the time we spent together, and definitely wish him the best with Derek in Vegas. But that's a big hole to fill for sure.
Yeah, Davante's an absolute stud. And thank you for talking about that, by the way. I think people are going to be intrigued to hear that. Whenever you said that it did surprise you a little bit, I saw Mad Mel Kiper shake his head. But it doesn't sound like you are that pissed off about it either. You understand business is business, and you have faith and trust in Goody and LaFleur and everybody over at Green Bay, much more now than maybe in the past?
Well, it is the business. You know, it's a tough business. It's a wonderful profession. And those of us who've been blessed to play for so long realize that completely. And there's a lot of things that happen that surprise you, even still. And I thought that based on the number that we offered Davante and, you know, being able to play with me for a few more years would definitely make a difference. But in the end, I think he was ready to move on and wanted my help in making that happen. And it was a tough position to be in for sure, because I love him and I care about him and want him to be happy. And he's definitely going to be missed.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 3 on this Thursday, June 30th, 2022 begins now.
That's right.
That's right. We've had a great couple hours and yeah, there we go. Hey.
How about it, Bruce? Nailed it.
Clap for himself too. I like that. A little self-recognition. That's the best type of self-love, is the best type of love. We're proud of you, Bruce. To my left, you're right on the screen, AJ Hawk. We appreciate you, AJ.
Hey, AJ.
Toxic Tables here at Nick Moraldo, at Boston Connor, with no O on the back end of Connor.
No. Mustangs forever.
What?
That's where I put my O. The Mustangs.
Go on.
Like Palm.
There's no O in that.
Yeah, but you cut the O in half.
Who was your favorite teacher there?
Takes the U and the M. You know, I didn't really like any of the teachers. We weren't teacher guys. You would get that if you went to Plum, but, you know.
Valid, actually, pretty valid.
Yeah.
Now, I think Diggs had a good relationship with.
What about the one guy that was having sex with students?
Your guy? That was your guy.
One guy. What are you talking about? One.
It was
guy.
just one guy.
Yeah, just one. Yeah, just one.
Yeah.
Connor,
Multiple teachers.
You're a little bit younger. Did you know Ezekiel?
So actually, it's funny you say that. Ezekiel was 2 grades below me, but I unfortunately didn't know Elrod because I hear that he was kind of the stud of the family.
You're not from Plum. You hear me?
Well,
don't claim it.
Stop it right now.
Now's not the time. Things are going well in Plum right now. We
Thought
don't
you
need
were Boston, Connor.
Don't need you to bring it up.
That's a fugazi. Has been for years.
Who'd you shout out? Was there a country you shouted out a couple weeks ago?
Oh, China? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Forbidden City? Sure. Yeah, I remember that. I was there.
You still sending love or?
No, not really. We'll see what happens, though. They might be able to turn it around.
Oh, maybe, huh?
Maybe.
Tone Diggs is here. One half of the Hammer Dahn Cowboys. AJ, real quick. I don't think they'll be able to turn it. It's going to take a while, I think. It'll take a while, maybe.
Yeah, time.
Why you punish me? To be honest, going into the last 45 minutes for a 4-day weekend, this is probably exactly how your office does it going into a long weekend. This show ain't going to be worth a fuck for this last hour, and we do apologize. We appreciate everybody for, kind of enjoying the afternoon with us, but you might as well go ahead and move on somewhere else. AJ, you seen that there is UFOs everywhere now, every day. You hear that?
Yes.
How do you feel? You excited about this?
Well, some of the videos, they trick you though. Some of the videos are like 10 years old. Some of them are somewhat current. So, yes, like I said, cool. Show me all the crafts you want. I need to see it up close. I want to see some kind of being or see what is inside of these things.
I'm pretty sure that what we are seeing is other places' drones.
Yeah.
They're flying these drones in there just like we have, and then.
Let's shoot one down then. We can shoot anything down.
I do believe it probably has some sort of
force field.
Yeah, because what are those called out in the middle of the ocean? Carriers.
Aircraft?
Aircraft carriers. They said that the one that was following them, their anti-drone defense, nothing, and they were just moving faster than the missiles were.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a game of hide and seek, and they're right in plain sight, and we can't see shit. It's a little bit tough to do that when everybody seems to be smarter than us. Why are they here? Why does it seem to be so prevalent and ready, happening every single night? Who knows? Maybe we're on a precipice of finding out.
Let's not shoot them because you never know. They could have the rule, do not fire unless fired upon. So we don't want to start anything like that.
Yeah, we do not want them to see the whites of our eyes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Don't
keep your
want
eyes
them.
closed when you're walking up to them. Because if you open your eyes, they see the whites of your eyes, they're going to shoot you
Plus,
down.
they have the higher ground
You wear some
advantage,
shades.
which, in war, if you're running up the hill, it is much harder to fight.
Hey, some of these things, higher ground, good spot to be. Some of these things, like 1,000 G's they're pulling. They would if it was.
Yeah, we can't explain how they're moving, and they're showing like no propulsion, all that. Yeah, so it's so different. I don't know. We need to see more.
And then people say, well, it's from another country. It's like, well, if another country has something that's able to pull 1,000 G's, we're fucked.
Yeah.
If another country is able to do that, we are completely. Either way, we should be trying to find out who's the creator of the 1,000 G pulling thing that can just go any direction and not leave any gas.
Chris Angel.
Could be Chris
Definitely.
Angel. Somebody get Chris Angel in a fucking investigation room and see if this is him or not. Let's move on. Coach Sirianni has made news because of an incredible situation that had taken place on the courts. Shout out to EliteSportsNY.com. We assume this is a Giants fans website, but don't you dare wear Giants gear to Nick Sirianni's local park. A WFAN caller alleged Thursday he almost threw down with Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni while playing tennis at Centennial Park in Haddonfield, New Jersey. Peter from Mapleshade regaled morning show host Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti with the tale saying Sirianni got upset because he, a Bronx native, was wearing a Giants cap along with a Yankees t-shirt. Mr. Mapleshade, real name, says he was playing on the court adjacent to Sirianni and his wife when the kerfuffle occurred. He goes, hey, I have a problem with what you're wearing, the caller said. And I go, listen, bro, if you have a problem, you come over here and do something about it. Ooh. The caller claims Sirianni said he had a problem with someone wearing a Giants cap on these courts in Centennial Park. Sirianni also allegedly said the Giants and head coach Brian Daboll suck.
Whoa. I question that part.
Okay, so who knows if Sirianni is talking shit to Mr. Mapleshade about Daboll and the Giants sucking as a whole, but it sounds like he was getting a little riled up seeing all the Giants gear around him in Centennial Park in New Jersey. He said, no more of this bullshit, and I'll come slap you right in the mouth. Now, is this true? Is this not true? Let's go right to the source. We sent out a few texts, pulled a few favors.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, Coach Sirianni.
Yeah, coach!
Coach?
How you guys doing, Pat?
Coach, great to see you. You hear me? Great to see you, Coach. I hope life is good. We have missed you. You look fantastic. You look well rested, which I think is a surprise to all of us. But I would like to ask you straight up, Coach Sirianni, is this true? And do you go around looking at people wearing Giants caps and shirts and just smack them in the mouth all the time and say this is an Eagles town around here?
Well, it's funny, Pat, because a lot of people think, the term dog mentality is just like a fun little catchphrase, okay? I fucking live my life that way, okay? I am all bite, no bark, okay? So when you hear dog mentality, yeah, this guy comes into my neighborhood, he's in my city, he's in my park, he's wearing Giants gear. I just said, hey, listen, pal, Peter from Maple Shade, if that's his real name, take the hat off or I'm going to knock your fucking teeth out. And, apparently he had a problem with it. I didn't see the issue with it.
Coach, what this caller says that he obviously wanted to fight you. What happened? We don't know how this whole thing ended.
Well, I think he probably knew that, once I beat his ass on that tennis court, his wife was probably going to be coming home with me. So, no more pickleball or tennis with the wife. When you see Coach throwing down and, knocking a couple of your teeth out, not only do you look like a bitch-made cat, but now you don't have a wife anymore.
Coach, any further thoughts on the NFC East being wide open? They just signed Scary Terry to Washington. We haven't got your thoughts about that. Obviously the Giants and Daniel Jones coming together, even though the fan is running his mouth to you. And the Cowboys got Dak back. Are you okay in the NFC East with all the recent moves that have been happening?
Yeah, who cares? AJ said, I did say that. The Giants do fucking suck. Brian Daboll goes to Rangers games and everyone loves him because he's, drinking beer, sitting in the front row. Well, let's see how much he's laughing and having a good time when I'm shoving the football down his throat, for 60 consecutive minutes, because it's going to happen twice this year. Carson Wentz is a quarterback for the Commanders, so that's great that they got Scary Terry, but we do not fear that man. He has no dog mentality. Everyone knows no dog mentality. And I'll be honest, the Cowboys do scare me a little bit because, as you guys have talked about on the show, Coach Mike McCarthy has lost about 150 pounds. So I think he is, he's rip-roaring and rearing ready to go because, again, we made the playoffs last year, okay? It looks like Coach Sirianni isn't just some big, dumb dipshit. Looks like he knows how to coach football, okay? So give me another year, give Jalen another year, give our dogs another year to kind of develop that mentality and let that seed sprout up and grow like we talked about last year. I see no reason why we can't win the Super Bowl.
Jason Kelsey is serving drinks on the shore for a good cause. How do you feel about your center, chugging beers, slinging beers, and everything like that, Coach?
Yeah, he's a dog. He basically he is what we are looking for in a football player. He's a dog on the football field. He's a mean cuss, a mean son bitch. He can drink beers like no other. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what's not to love about Jason Kelsey? I mean, his brother's a great athlete. He's a great athlete. We may line him up at tight end this year. I don't know. Little taste test for everybody else in the NFC this year. If you see Jason Kelsey line up, we may even split him out wide. I don't know.
Wow.
Jalen, very, very accurate this year because I've been working a lot with him and kind of developing him, bringing him along. There's really nothing not to like about the Eagles going into the 2022-2023 NFL football season.
How's your tennis game? Was that guy talking shit on your tennis game or just the Eagles and Giants? It stayed off the court.
No, I mean, you see Wimbledon going on right now. I'll beat Joker's ass, too. You do not want my forehand. You do not want my backhand. When I get out the serve with the topspin, ball game over, okay? So I didn't have my racket on me. I was kind of just walking around and making sure that, guys weren't wearing Giants hats in my territory. He was, and we know what happened. I threatened to beat his ass and kind of embarrassed him, so...
You alphaed him, which is a dog thing to do. Boston Connor has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, how is A.J. Brown, taken to the team? And also, how is the big guy out of Jordan Davis, D. Lyman, doing with the squad?
Yeah, he looks good. He's very, very nimble. He's like a big dancing bear. And once again, I'm not talking about the dancing bear, AJ, that you're probably thinking of. Okay. I know what you're getting at. Yeah, I mean, we were already the best team in the NFC East, and then we get A.J. Brown, we get another year of Jalen, we get the big athletic sumbitch Jordan Davis. Again, honestly, I don't even know if the guys need to show up for training camp. I really don't. We might just have some like fun dog type building activities this year instead.
Dog building. Dog building activity. What are some dog building? What are some dog building activities? Is that like push-ups on cement and fist? Or what are some other dog building mentalities?
You could do that. I've only been eating kibbles and bits for the last 3 months.
All right, smart.
That's the only thing I eat. So a lot of it is diet based. Pissing and pooping just wherever we want. Parking lot, and it's just like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna take a shit right here. I'm gonna go piss right. That kind of stuff that just kind of really reinforces that dog mentality that we're looking for.
Coach, how many games are you gonna win this year?
15.
You gonna win the Super Bowl?
Sounds like you thought of that. Sounds like you've thought of this. Yeah.
15. That's probably on the light side, to be honest with you. That's just me. I don't want to put too much of an X on my back, but yeah, let's say 15. We'll probably get home field advantage. Probably be the first overall seed, and yeah, I wouldn't be. Where's the Super Bowl this year? It doesn't fucking matter.
Phoenix. It's in Phoenix. Are you coach of the year?
Am I? You know what? I should have won Coach of the Year last year. They didn't want to give it to me, so fuck them. I don't care. Am I the Coach of the Year? Yeah. Am I the Coach of the Century? Maybe. I guess we'll find out.
Last question for you, Coach, before we let you go. We know you got a lot of puppies to tend to in that dog mentality world that you're in, and obviously we're incredibly proud of the offseason that you have had, Coach, alongside your wife. What do you think about the hot dog eating contest as a whole? Joey Chestnut looking to win, I believe, his 15th or 16th title, 4th of July in the hot dog eating contest. Will you watch that? And how do you judge Joey Jaws Chestnut against all the other professional eaters?
I mean, it's tough because Jaws is going to beat the hell out of everybody again. There's almost no point in why I will take the dunking the hot dog in the room temperature water technique. I will probably kind of see what he's doing to maybe take that into his speech this year. My pick to click, my underdog this year. Watch out for Eric Badlands Booker. Okay, he is a mean cuss. He weighs about 800 pounds. If we're just talking pound for pound, how many hot dogs he could eat. He could probably eat like 1,000 or 2,000 in the 5 minutes. He's worried about. He's got very high cholesterol, so he needs to kind of, tone it down a little bit. But look for Eric Badlands Booker to really give Joey Chestnut a run for his money.
All right, we appreciate you, Coach. We know you're very busy. We thank you for your time. We miss you around here. Can't wait to see you soon, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Sirianni.
Yeah, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Eric Badlands Booker.
I believe. Was that who won the lemonade drinking competition last year?
I have no idea. They do like 3 lead-ups before the.
Oh, they do?
Man, I miss. Oh, yeah. It's a whole thing, dude. It's a whole production. The intros are the best part, though. The intros.
I've only just watched. I just watched the clips online. Really, I don't sit and watch. When's it? What time? Do we know?
Like
10?
1, 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Dude, who knows what time?
I thought it was at high noon.
It's on
outdoors.
I think
Outdoors on 4th of July. That's what it's about. You're out and about.
Out and about. That's kind of Canadian.
Boot in the boot.
All right, let's get to a break. We will have. I have seen Eric Badlands before. Zito would like to.
Really? Is he a dog?
He is a big boy.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
he's been doing it forever.
Yeah, he's a professional eater as well.
God, he's in the PEL.
Yeah, I believe he is. We'll get to a break. We'll have Ice Cube in a few minutes. Then a few of us are going to skirt out of here for a plane due to a little bit of shit. I guess we got to get out at a certain time. Going over to Phoenix, Arizona.
Right.
On my way to Tacoma, Philly.
There's not a match tonight, is there?
Nah, tomorrow's in Phoenix, Saturday's in Vegas, though.
That's right.
Philadelphia.
Premium live event.
That's right.
Saturday.
Yep. Money in the bank.
Chris Angel's holding the suitcase, twirling from the rafters.
We don't know. Maybe.
You can only hope.
Hey, no spoilers. All right, back and forth. We'll answer some phone calls. Then we'll have Ice Cube. Some of us will bounce. And then Town Diggs, AJ Hawk, Nick Moraldo, and the boys will do a giveaway, okay, for a nice PMS Feel Good Thursday here. And then we'll have the greatest weekend of all time. Deal?
Hell yeah.
Deal.
Deal.
Capiche?
Team on me, team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
See you in 4. Now it's time for SmackDown Rumble Championship Weekend. We just had another Super Boost!
Oh, yeah.
What a fucking 3-day run. I'm lucky to live this life, and I'm thankful that you all watch.
Hey, here we go!
Gotta get a no call to quit. Yeah, gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah, better move out of the way 'cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all that is. You might get my home. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
Please work with us. Hey, my dude.
No, squeeze the button. Yeah. Wow, that's what I was trying to do.
Hey, have a good trip.
I'm giddy. I am so pumped. It's like the night before the first day of school when you were a kid. I know it's being said that the GOAT of the NFL, Tom Brady, is retiring. Well, the GOAT of the WWE, Roman Reigns, is in his prime at his peak. Hey, happy birthday! Happy birthday! All right, our sources haven't confirmed whether or not Drew McIntyre can be standing up, but come on, Cole! Come on, Cole! Feel it, Cole!
You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
Coltrane has gone to the sky.
I'm dangerous, down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes, the opposition don't amaze. The road switching through the pavement, get your hands out my bag. I know this because I've been in it. Where's the bag? That's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket, you still got a problem. I ain't perfect, let 'em.
Oh, fuck you, Pin.
Cole, that is one of the worst of all time.
The worst port of all time.
And a baby Foxy! Just so everybody knows, it is noon right now. And a Foxy!
Chameleon gold and magenta jacket. Big Cuban link. Obviously, good launch. Pinky chain. Gold-plated Steve Madden's.
When I woke up this morning in beautiful St. Louis, the air smelled better, food tasted better. Tonight, dreams come true. Surprises are in abundance. It's Royal Rumble. Let's go!
It is an honor to see the man.
Once your ratings get this low, then I'll come to Buffalo.
That's why you're a good guy.
A jackass has entered the Royal Rumble. Jack, good to see Wee Man is still alive after Brock Lesnar put him through a Four Seasons table last night. He is dressed like a jackass. He is a jackass, and he's in the Royal Rumble. He looks good. It sounds good. St. Louis is ready. The alpha male of our species is infuriated. Jump over the rope, buddy. You got 2 tours. You got fans. You got music to make. You want to poop your pants immediately? Be in the Royal Rumble when this man is announced. I'm buying all of the depends that they have because Brock Lesnar, after a brutal fight with Bobby Lashley, comes into the Royal Rumble and is an absolute ass-kicking machine. We just had another Super Boost. Back to back. Back to back. What?
Welcome back to the show here on Thursday, June 30th, 2022. Big 4-day weekend ahead. Hope everybody has a great one. To my left, your right, AJ Hawk, who is currently trending right now. Hey, baby,
AJ, let's go.
You see that? You're trending on Twitter, pal.
What'd I do?
Epstein's book got
Yeah,
released.
something terrible. A little black book, dude. You're on that
Oh, man,
plane.
I'll have to check that out after the show.
No, actually, it's a hilarious reason. Name your top 5 favorite Ohio State players or something like that in history. AJ Hawk, tell me your personal top 5 favorite Ohio State football players of all time, any order. Ask Dahn, and everybody's going, AJ Hawk, AJ Hawk, AJ Hawk, AJ Hawk. How's it feel? You are the face, officially, of the Ohio State on the internet. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that, AJ. A lot of pressure that you got to live that Ohio life and that Ohio motto, which is, hey, we got rocks or brains, but we'll fight and beat in your brains. Every single day, AJ. Is that pressure or not?
No, I don't feel pressure to live up to that, but yeah, that's nice of you. I would imagine this show and the following that you built up is a big reason why that may be true.
Oh, don't turn this around.
Yeah,
on me.
shut up,
You are real
dude.
son
I
of a
don't hear.
bitch.
Let's go to the phones.
Okay.
Okay. You know
Okay.
why? You know why they're saying AJ Hawk?
Where's Ice Cube?
6 minutes.
You said 2:20.
Well, I was wrong. It's 2:30.
Okay.
And it clearly says right here on the paper too, 2:30. So,
That'll happen.
Yeah.
let's have a moment of silence, I guess.
Yeah.
My perfect streak of just ended. God, I'm like Red Panda. I was batting 1,000 for fucking 5 years.
I will tell you, I did tell you 220 before the show. So that's partially my fault.
Nah, Zed, I appreciate you trying to jump on the grenade here, but it's right here. I should have read it. I'm not a good reader. I'm the cannon and drumline. All right, we're back. Thanks for pointing that out, AJ.
Yeah.
It was a momentous occasion.
I thought he was waiting. I thought he might be waiting on the line.
Yeah, I would do that to fucking Ice Cube. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Clown.
You don't know. I don't know. I don't know, dude. All right.
I'm trending right now.
Let's go. What happened? I'm sorry about it.
I'm everybody's favorite Buckeye.
Oh, unprompted. When people think the Ohio State, they
chicken
think
and
the
rice.
AJ Hawk. Oh, sorry, dude. All right, we don't fucking mean to be so
Jesus.
in your way all the time. Let's go to the fence. Let's go to Bobby in Jersey. Bobby
What
in
if I
Jersey.
actually got pissed at you guys
You do every day.
There are
for all
peop-
the terrible things you say?
What if we actually got pissed?
Yeah.
With
you
the
had a
way you
spine,
did
you
your
would.
stuff.
Exactly.
Jeez, now that's
You guys do get pissed all the time. What do you mean?
What?
Oh my God! Aren't you just so high and mighty? This guy.
No.
No,
The
unbelievable.
flick of my wrist.
Yeah, unbelievable. Anyways, yeah, very thankful you don't. And also,
Thank you, AJ.
we've seen the highlights of you back in the day in your prime. There's no reason to piss off an AJ Hawk. Let's go to the phones.
Quite good.
Let's go to Bobby in Jersey on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Bobby? I went to the phones like literally 1 minute after you hung up the other day and you had waited for a couple hours. It's great to have you back. What do you want to talk about?
Boys, let's love this 4-day weekend. Have a happy 4th of July. Mitt hung up on me, like always. So that was me. I missed
Patch,
you guys.
the pirate.
But just want to talk about Logan Paul's coming to the WWE. Can't wait for you to smack him in the mouth, Pat. But what I called for is Zion Williamson is back, boys.
Yeah.
We saw him balling in the YMCA in New Orleans. He's dunking. He's talking trash. But it was against little children. I just want to say, next season, he's going to make every other NBA player look like children, and he's going to be the MVP.
Oh, that baby Bobby. You know, it's a lot better than getting dunked on by little kids to dunk on little kids. So everything's trending in the right direction for Zion, AJ.
He looks good. I mean, can he make a season is the question. Can he play a full 82 games?
You know, the front photo where he was all lubed up, and
Jacked.
glistening and jacked,
Yeah.
you know? He looked like unbelievable. Oh, this guy's in great shape. That video of him dunking on kids, he's the same exact, he looks like the same exact person.
Yeah.
And it'll all be the narrative on how people say he's either, oh, this guy's overweight, or they'll say, yo, this dude's a big body that's able to do a lot of things. I don't like the body shaming that's happened to Zion on this show at that table.
Whoa. Picture
Mostly.
of Fugaze.
No, I'm not saying the picture's fugazi. I'm just saying it feels like the conversation about him's a bunch of bullshit. Everybody that's like, oh, he's fat. Maybe he's just a big motherfucker that can fly around. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's one of one. I can't wait to see him back on the court.
There's nobody like him. So, yeah, of course, like, if he can stay healthy, that's all that matters. But do you think he doesn't need to play 82 games? If he plays 85% of the games, he's fine.
Yeah, I don't listen.
Not
As long as
even.
Zion's playing, I'm just happy.
Just
about
play when it matters, actually. Play when the games matter.
Bro,
Play 50 games.
Whenever it's on national television, we don't care. We just need Zion back. There's some breaking news. USC and UCLA are heading to the Big Ten as early as 2024. Pac-12 and Big Ten have been sister conferences since 1990. something. It was over the Rose Bowl. They became like almost running concurrently with each other. They would refer to each other for things. When the Big Ten came out and said they're not playing football, the Pac-12 was allegedly going to be a part of that. They came out before everybody else together as sister conferences. Now, two pretty prominent schools in the Pac-12 heading towards the Big Ten. A.J. Hawk, as the most popular person from the most important school in the Big Ten. Sorry about it, everybody else.
Sorry about it.
How do you feel about the old conference realignment that's currently happening? Cincinnati, Houston, and some other schools heading to the Big 12. Now the Pac-12 is unloading a couple teams. We're about to have a Power 4, huh? It's about to become a Power 3, Power 4 type operation, it feels like.
Yeah, didn't we all see this coming? Like that we're going to eventually just consolidate. Who knows how many divisions or conferences they will have eventually. Don't they talk about building like a super conference that's 8 or 10 teams or something?
Lincoln Riley's offense, how will it do against Big Ten defenses, you think? Because this is like when I was at West Virginia, we often wondered how we would do in other conferences because we're in the Big East. The Big East didn't get a lot of love. So we often wondered, like, all right, if we had to do a Big Ten schedule every week, how would we do? We felt pretty good with the speed that we had. Now, with the SEC, if we run into a very fast team, they might be able to keep up with us. Not great in some other conferences. How do you feel about that style of offense, that system coming into the Big Ten? That'll be vastly different, won't it?
Yeah, it will, but there's different offenses throughout the Big Ten wherever you go. Like it's not old school 3 yards in a cloud of dust, as they used to say in the Big Ten. They can spread it out and sling the ball.
Is Ryan Day doing a conference immediately saying USC's got a lot of money, okay?
Yeah.
They got a lot of money. We're going to need a little bit more. Now look who's moving into our conference as soon as 2024. That's very soon. These schools and conferences are like, hey, we got to get ahead of this. We got to get ahead of this. Texas, Oklahoma going to the SEC, I think, in 2 years. You got USC and UCLA now heading to the Big Ten. What's tradition anymore, AJ?
We don't have it, do we?
Well, you got Rose Bowl history, I guess, with these teams.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's definitely I don't know what college football is going to be 5 years from now. It's going to look a lot different.
I don't think any of us have any idea.
No.
That travel's going to suck, right? I mean, you've talked about it with West Virginia having to be in the Big 12. UCLA and USC, that's kind of tough for both sides, really.
At least they have one school in their city, though.
Yeah.
So at least 1 week of the year, there's one away game.
Sure.
There's zero travel. So it cuts into it a little bit in the schedule, right? I mean, that's legit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess compared to the rest of the Big Ten, they do have a long ways to go. But when you're 18 to 22 years old, you can handle it.
I think so. And think about the booster planes that are coming now that NIL is real, you know.
Yeah, and you're making millions of dollars now. Yeah. All those schools, the big ones at least.
They said Cuz just signed with UCLA. He had the babushka on. He was in pajamas thrown. I seen him on the internet. He's $8 million or something.
Oh, was it UCLA?
Wasn't it UCLA?
I thought he was Tennessee, but I could be wrong.
Oh, he might be Tennessee, but he's out of
the pajama pants.
Yeah, he's out of Southern California. He's like $8 million or something like that.
Tennessee.
God damn,
big money.
$8 million.
That's right.
What does he have to do for that? What's his obligation? What's the contract look like?
Probably play.
Yeah, has to play.
I think playing is a big part of it. We learned that with Quinn Ewers, right?
Yes.
Quinn Ewers, he had the first $1 million deal. He had to get out of Texas so that he could collect this money because of how old he was. Then he didn't play, so he didn't collect any of the money with the way the contracts were set up. Oh, they were trying to fuck these young kids that had never seen a contract before. Never would have guessed that. I assume he has to play, and they'll take care of him. There's a guarantee whether you don't play, you get red shirt.
I mean, though, like, doesn't he have to go do stuff for whoever is providing the money? Don't you have to do appearances and show up and maybe speak or do whatever?
Yeah, I think posts, right? Posts are very valuable.
I guess that's definitely part of it, yeah.
Posts are a big deal. These young bucks are about to get dropped and baptized in the school of business, and I'm very happy for them.
They should rent a sweet house, sweet college. If you're making millions of dollars and you have that much money, you could I'd rent a 25,000 square foot house.
I'd be riding in a G-Wagon.
Yep.
I'd have a 25,000 square foot house. We'd have incredible kitchen area, maybe a chef. Chef living there. Obviously, there's going to be a tap in the place. It's what a life. These dudes are about to live lives of all the rich kids that go to college.
Yeah, but they're going to be like famous celebrities playing football at the same time.
Superstars as well. So what the other kids had that the football players didn't have was the money and everything like that. Now the football players have all the celebrity, all the connections, and the money. Oh, it's going to be a good time to be a college football player, AJ. Yeah. A good one. A great college football player is about to live. Not that it wasn't before, but now it's like everything is just on your side.
And if you're in college, man, guys are going to be blowing a lot of money on some sweet college parties, some sweet, like, just toys, different things. Like, man, I can't imagine what my college house will look like if you had NIL deals making all this money.
I got $40,000 out in loans and lived like a king for a couple of years in Morgantown, West Virginia. I couldn't even imagine being a multimillionaire. Oh, my God. I would have been – I would have never made it to the NFL. I mean, I've always been a person. I'm not supposed to have money. I've experienced that, but I would have never made it. No chance at all. Need that I still got to go and make it. I still got to make it. I still got to make it type thing to drive me, especially through those workouts. So I got nothing but respect for the maturity of these kids being able to handle instant success, both financially and also on the field, so you can hopefully go on and achieve professional football. Joining us now is an absolute icon in the world, an icon living, he could say. Last time he was on, our power went out in the middle of the interview for the entire building out of nowhere because he was so goddamn electric. Obviously, he's a screenwriter, he's a producer, he's executive producer, he's an actor, he's a musician, he's a legend, he's the founder of the Big Three. Ladies and gentlemen, Ice Cube.
Yo, what up, Pat? How y'all feeling, man?
Cube, fucking so sorry about the power just going out mid-interview. That is not what we would like to have whenever a legend like yourself is on the show, sir.
It's all good. It happens. You know what I mean? We electric like that.
Woo! Yeah. Got a chance to catch some of the Big Three this past weekend. Obviously, you're 2 weeks in. How's the season going thus far? Are you guys seeing good upside with all the different platforms? You're on, I believe, Paramount Plus. The Zone has some games. It's basically being seen everywhere. How you feeling going into this 5th season here, sir?
Oh, we feel great. The play has gotten better. Our ratings are growing.
Here we go.
We're doing better than a lot of leagues that's been established, MLS, MLB, You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool to really be in the game and for people to be checking us out, loving the sport, and picking up on it.
You ever think about branching off and having a special exhibition where you have people like you? I know Adam Sandler has the movie out with guys that play basketball that are musicians, actors, entertainers, and putting a little tournament on like that.
Celebrity Big Three.
Not really. You know what I mean? Just doing the real league is hard enough. So the celebrity thing, they do a lot of that around All-Star game. We're thinking about doing a celebrity game, doing our All-Star game. So, not a whole league, but maybe a game here and there.
Hey, you just mentioned having good ratings and comparing yourself to MLS and MLB. The MLS just signed for $250 million with Apple. You know that? You obviously know that. $250 fucking million, Cube.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft, come on, man, come on with it. We already working with them, you know what I'm saying? They ain't cut a check like that. I mean, we could definitely use it. We're a new league. We need all the support we can get to, get us over the hump.
Hey, I just got this. I didn't know this was happening. I literally just got sent this. The National Football League, parentheses NFL.
Okay.
That's how it will be referred to going forward. Announced today its partnership with Contract with Black America Institute, CWBA, an economic inclusion-focused initiative led by artist and entrepreneur O'Shea Jackson, also known as Ice Cube. The CWBA and NFL partnership enhances the NFL's dedication to increasing economic equity and partnerships with black-owned businesses. The NFL has spent and allocated over $125 million targeting black-owned businesses over the last year, bolstering its commitment to economic equity. Okay, so first of all, fucking awesome that you're doing that with the NFL. Follow up, do you feel pressure being the guy that the NFL is like, hey, we need to do something? Who's an incredible businessman that can help us kind of touch the culture, the community? Like, that's a big time position for you to be sitting in for the success and for the NFL to choose to do business. That's a big fucking deal, right? And don't you feel a lot of pressure from out there? And could you have ever expected this when you were taking a baseball bat to a motherfucker's office back when you were getting screwed over, kid?
Well, as far as pressure, no. I feel privileged to be in this position, to be able to initiate something like this. Troy Vincent and Roger Goodell really came at us and said, hey, what can we do in our business to help bridge this wealth gap? And we came up with some great ideas. We connected them with some great businesses that's out there. They injected them into their, chain of contracts and stuff like that. And we want to do more in the future. Of course, we're going to be connecting them with more businesses. We want to connect with the teams too. Right now, it's just really with the main NFL, but we want to connect with all the teams, try to do the same thing, and then connect with other leagues. the NBA should be all over this. We're trying to, make sure that, you know, that they are also looking at some people out there that can actually do the jobs that they already have being done, black-owned businesses. So, we're just trying to make sure we can do what we can with the businesses that we know rely a lot on, black customers or black workers or black audience to, pitch in when it comes to the things they need for their business and do some business with some of these companies.
It sounds like that's an actual way to make the world a better place as opposed to, just maybe yelling about stuff. This is actual action. Were you surprised about this? Because I feel like the NFL gets buried a lot for this type of shit. When something happens to a black player or a decision is made, the NFL is immediately buried, right? And I know the NFL has always done a lot of we want to make it better, we want to make it better. As this partnership was growing, were you surprised by it? Like, oh shit, we're really doing this and we're really making a change? Or from the beginning of the entire initiation and conversation, it felt like the NFL was going to be on board regardless?
Well, it felt like they were going to be on board, as long as we came with a great plan on how they can do this. Sometimes it's just being, who you're familiar with. They've been working with a lot of companies that they've been familiar with for, 100 years or whatever. And so, to try to inject some new blood into that is, a process. And so they were just full steam ahead on the process. That's why we worked behind the scenes for over a year to make sure that we had some wins, to make sure we had some touchdowns, to make sure that this was in motion and not us just saying what we wanted to do.
Yeah,
but we're actually doing it every day, and we're going to continue to do it. And we want other leagues, other companies, to jump on board with this kind of thought process on how to, inject some wealth back into the communities that they depend on so much.
What's it been like working with Roger Goodell throughout this whole process? He doesn't speak to the media a whole lot, and a lot of people don't get to interact with him too much. I would assume he's been pretty good with you.
Very cool. We started off just kind of, being cool without doing any business. I met him years ago when he, first took over the NFL. And, I'm a big Raider fan, president of the Raider Nation, if you didn't know that. So I'm always getting on him about, the tuck rule and this and that. And so, I told him, move the Raiders to L.A. The Chargers are going to get booed out there. So, I've always been, hitting him up and kind of giving him my 2 cents, just as a fan, just as somebody, who loves the NFL and love the product. And so when it was time to actually do something like this, it just made it easier because I already knew Roger. And, when you're sitting at the top and you say, hey, get something done, that doesn't mean it always happens, in a hurry. But, what I saw in Roger and Troy, that they stayed on top of this and made sure it happened. And that's what we needed. We need, the people at the top to push everybody throughout the organization to make something like this happen.
Hey, can you maybe get Goodell a feature on a Mount Westmore track? Going forward?
I don't know. I got to check his bars. You know what I mean? I don't know how. I don't know. He got to have a hot 16 to make it on the track. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine Goodell walking out with that fucking peanut M&Ms on that leather chair and just drop? I mean, that would be hysterical. I'm very happy to hear this, but as soon as I read this, I did not know this was happening. And as I was reading it, I'm like, this is fucking awesome because everybody kind of gets yelled at for being all talk and no action. And then this actually happening and you saying like, yeah, we're trying to do things first before we make the announcement. Incredibly fucking cool. Cube, you continue to kill fucking everything.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man.
What's next for you, man? What are we doing next? You have movies all over the place. You're running a fucking initiative to save communities. You got Mount Westmore. Obviously, the big three's in season 5. Is there anything else that the Ice Cube universe can handle at the moment?
Hey, more touring, making music. And, making sure this league, has a great summer. Like I said, we need support, without a doubt. If you love the big three, support the big three. And, hey, just continue to look for ways I can, make this world a better place.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming back. Sorry our power got cut out. Can't wait to chat with you again.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Hey, listen.
Thanks.
You're talking about Hot 16. You know? Hey.
I'm gone, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate that. Good dude, man. He's always great on the show. He's been very nice to us all the time. I would like to get a sponsorship into the big three. CFO Phil, let's figure that thing out.
That'd be awesome.
I would. Yeah. It's a sport.
Sustained success. He stayed relevant forever. That's really, really tough to do.
Dude, he writes, he acts, he raps, he creates, he bridges. I mean, that is just, what a fucking mogul that guy is, honestly. And could you have ever imagined? I bet he did. That's why he went in there and said, fuck this guy. You are not, I can do your job better than you, and you're not going to fuck me over. Like, that is, I'm very thankful for him. All right, I'm getting the fuck out of here, okay? Because I have to. AJ Hawk and Tone Diggs, Nick Moraldo, Zito, Bruce, and I think Pirate, Mitt, and Dirty will take this thing home. You all are the best humans of all time. We already went to a break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, Bruce.
There you go, Bruce.
One more time, Bruce.
Yeah, you're all right.
Come on, Bruce.
AJ, please take this thing home and make sure we do a good giveaway, please. All right?
Oh, yeah, boys, you're going to have to help me with that. Have fun. Enjoy your SmackDown tomorrow and then your premium live event on Saturday.
Okay, you got it. Money in the Bank on Saturday, live from Vegas on the Peacock. SmackDown tomorrow night in Phoenix on Fox. Then, obviously, on Monday, 4th of July, Joey Chestnut will attempt to stuff more hot dogs down his throat than any human has ever stuffed down their throat in the past.
Hell yeah.
Have an incredible weekend. And remember, although we're not perfect, we should still celebrate a little bit. Cheers. Thank you. Tone Diggs, take this sumbitch away, pal.
Thank you, Pat. Hey, safe flight.
All right.
Look at this, Tone. Split screen with me and you. I've never seen this. We haven't had it before, have we?
No, I think we do it every single time that they leave
pretty
early.
much every time.
Nah, I don't know. We'll see.
Hey,
check. Come up with a giveaway, Diggs. Oh, no. It's on fire again.
Son of a bitch.
It must be the mulch out back. That's been an ongoing situation here. Someone keeps smoking cigs and putting their butts out in the mulch beds, and then the mulch beds light on fire.
That's a true story.
It's sucked into the ventilation here. I can smell it. It's already filling up my lungs.
That's a true story. Apparently it happened in Cleveland, but I thought Cleveland was just doing Cleveland things and the whole city was on fire. But actually, out back this week, someone flicked a cigarette into a mulch bed and it caught all the mulch beds on fire.
Really? This is coming after that big fire you guys had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, right on the heels of it, which is quite concerning that there is just absolutely no regard for fire safety around here. But, we will battle, we will persist, and we will overcome.
Okay, we will, and we will do a giveaway before we forget to do that.
Yeah.
Because that will happen. Let's do hashtag Feel Good Thursday. Because that's what it is.
PMS.
Hashtag PMS Feel Good Thursday. Off to a fucking hot start, Ton. Hashtag PMS Feel Good Thursday. We'll do that. Is that all right with you, AJ?
That's great. Sounds amazing. What do they got? What do they win?
What does he
Do we
care?
know?
He's already trending. So.
True. Hashtag PMS Feel Good Thursday. We'll start there. $5.99 to 10 winners is what the giveaway will be.
USD.
Okay.
USD. And to win that, you will have to use the hashtag PMS Feel Good Thursday. And then and include your cash tag in that.
Your Cash App, cash tag.
Cash
and the
App,
tweet.
cash tag. And we would like you to tell us, using a GIF or a picture or whatever you would like, your favorite thing about the 4th of July.
Okay.
Good one. Okay.
We like to stay topical around here.
What's your favorite thing, Diggs?
Okay. So I now go to my wife's grandma's house. It's on a lake.
In South Bend?
It's close to South Bend. It's actually in Michigan. So every 4th
Northern?
Nope.
Okay.
Southern Michigan, right on the border of Indiana and Michigan.
Okay.
There's this group of dudes in a boat every year, and for about 5 hours straight, all they do is circle the lake with a ginormous American flag and just blare Toby Keith.
Every year?
Yeah.
And do people give him like standing O's every time they come circling through there?
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome, to be honest with you.
They don't mix in Kid Rock all summer long?
No, strictly Toby Keith.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty good, but I just feel like there's a little bit of room for improvement there. Maybe some Lee Greenwood in there, too.
What's yours, Age?
Man, I don't know. I just think, though, everything about people are juiced, people are outside. Fireworks, of course, I love them. I've watched people almost blow their hands and limbs off many, many times, and I'm just glad it hasn't been me.
What are you doing for the 4th?
There's a couple days of it. Like there's fireworks going on tomorrow night here. The big ones in Columbus. They call them Red, White, and Boom. I don't think I'm going to be going to that. But Monday's a parade. We'll go to a little parade and go watch the fireworks.
Does General Bob run around in his red, white, and blue banana hammock?
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. General Bob and his family are going to stop by and come over and Monday during our 4th of July festivities. So, yeah, maybe I'll snap a pic, see what he's wearing.
How do you think he feels about the USC and UCLA coming to the Big Ten?
I mean, Bob probably has known this for 12 months. He probably knew this before any of us. I'm sure he loves it, man. Make it as good as you can. It's all going to be a couple super conferences, isn't it?
Yeah, the rumor is it's like the Big 12 and the SEC have already aligned. And then apparently the ACC, Big 10, and Pac-12 kind of made an agreement that they would look after each other's back. So it feels like, and there's been some reporting on Twitter that I've seen now, that it's basically going to be like 2 super conferences of 20-plus teams.
This is good, though. We're going to see better games, right? Because normally you're only going to play – if Ohio State's playing the Big Ten, there's a couple games a year that people care about.
Yeah.
Now you could have a lot more games that people care about, right?
Yeah, because, like, listen, they had a few years, and so did – like, but when Rutgers, Ohio State – like, kind of know what's going to happen. Ohio State, Northwestern, you kind of know what's going to happen. But yeah, you would think so. You would hope so. The ACC just did away with both of their – they just made one big conference.
Do conferences matter to you? Conferences don't really matter to me. Like, how is it going to affect people to where they're super mad? Is it only going to be the people that are, like, old school, hey, this is what college football is, let's win our conference, let's go on from there?
I don't know. I think it's the purists – or I think it's the fan bases who – love playing those schools.
Yeah, it's great news if you're a big Power 5 program or one of the big traditional powerhouses. It's a little more concerning, I would assume, if you're a middle-of-the-road or middle-tier school, or even, or like a Mountain West or an AAC conference-type team. You're probably going to have a much harder road now, and it's going to be much harder to book good games because a lot of these great teams are going to be playing each other within their own conference.
Are they ever going to make Notre Dame join a conference, though? Can they make them join a conference?
I was trying to think, does this help or hurt Notre Dame having to
join? It might help them. I don't know.
I think this would definitely make Notre Dame want to join the ACC because, like,
they got to split the money then, man.
Yeah, which does suck because that NBC deal is fucking huge. But, like, what else could they really do at that point? Because it's gonna turn into basically just like 3 super conferences: the Big Ten, the SEC, and the ACC. It seems like.
Mitt, you look great, by the way.
What happened? Mitt was in the hospital?
Yeah, he went to the hospital this morning.
Yeah, I had to make sure I didn't have an eye infection. I can't be getting other people sick in here, obviously. I scratched my cornea. I don't have no idea how. I don't know.
They didn't give him an eye patch, which is kind of fucking disturbing.
I don't need one, dude.
Yeah, I think you do.
Wait, what happened? Did you just wake up and it hurt?
Yeah, I just woke up and it hurt really bad. So then I was like, oh, shit, I got to make sure I don't have an infection.
Ooh, I mean, okay, so we have breaking news. Sorry, Mitt. But Nick was getting my attention because we do have breaking news. Now, this is right up our alley, especially for us two and Nick and everyone else left here. Kevin Durant from Shams Charania. Kevin Durant has requested a trade out of Brooklyn.
Wow. Okay.
Now, was he doing this? Does he hate Kyrie?
That's how everyone's going to take it, right? Isn't that what you initially think?
That was my first thought.
You have to, because I thought the whole point of Kyrie opting back in was
that he was sticking to his word that he was going to do this with KD.
Exactly. And then people say, oh, well, KD, we can crush those trade rumors. He'll be sticking around now. Did people just assume that without actually investigating or reporting on anything?
Mitt, I heard you let out an audible when you read this. What are your thoughts on this? Because it seems like you have a thought.
I just think this is absolutely fucking crazy. Obviously, KD leaving after Kyrie saying, man, I can't leave my dog 7, referring to Kevin Durant, or wanting to leave, I guess, after that. I just think this is wild. I mean, Kevin Durant, he's still a top 4 or 5 player in the league for sure, like undoubtedly. So I just think this is awesome and wild.
AJ?
Can Kyrie opt back out now?
No, but he can
request a trade.
Request a trade as well.
So what? Okay, so did Steve Nash, the head coach of this team? Good luck. How do you keep these personalities together? But did Steve Nash know this would happen?
I have no. I assume You know what? I think this is probably Ben Simmons' fault.
Why is that?
I mean, anywhere he goes, the locker room falls apart, Age.
Where would Kevin Durant go, though? Where is he? They don't have to trade him. He can request one. That doesn't mean they have to do
I
it.
know Connor's been pushing for Boston hard.
To the fucking Lakers, dude. What do
Okay.
you mean?
Yeah.
Mitt's pushing for the Lakers hard.
Maybe a homecoming, Oklahoma City, get the face turn that he's kind of wanted after the Warriors run.
Yeah, they stink, though.
What about go to join Zion?
The Bulls, maybe? Oh, Chicago. There's a...
Bull down.
When the whole Kyrie stuff was happening, I know the Bulls fans were pushing hard for that. Did you say Bull down?
Bull down.
Yeah.
Zeet's a diehard Bulls fan.
Hell yeah.
Are you really, Zeke?
I honestly do believe that we could make something like this happen for sure.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know how the salary caps work in the NBA and all that, but I would imagine, yeah.
Is Zach LaVine's gone or is he still there?
My close sources said that he's going to stay.
Okay.
But other than that, though, everyone's saying he's gone.
Who's your source?
Can't say.
By the way, when you go to that shot, Mitt, are all three of you wearing the new Nike For the Brand hats?
Sure as hell are.
Go get those at store.patmcafeeshow.com. We're wrapping up the show now. What are you laughing at? Bruce?
Bruce, you're on thin fucking ice
Bruce,
today,
what are you
pal.
laughing at?
I mean, we look ridiculous. We're just three wide with the same hat on.
Reminder of the giveaway. Hashtag PMS Feel Good Thursday. Okay? That's the number sign, pound sign, hashtag PMS Feel Good Thursday. Make sure you tweet your Cash App. And your favorite thing about July 4th, okay? Make it feel good, too. We don't want any feel bads, okay?
Do you like hot dogs? What do you like, independence? What do you like, ice cold beers? Do you like fireworks? Any of it. All of it.
What?
And 10 winners will win $599. But Phil just texted me that the white Nike For the Brand hats are sold out. So
That's how hot they are.
Oh.
So we'll get back to that.
There'll be more.
Was Connor supposed to wear one earlier?
I don't know.
Can't tame his flow, unfortunately.
No, you can't. But it's an incredible week. We can't thank you enough. AJ, anything before we get out of here?
No, you know the
30
clock
seconds.
better than me, so I'll let you sign us off here in 30 seconds, 25 left, it sounds like. I'll see you guys on, I guess, Tuesday, right? We're going to be off for a little bit. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July, man.
Yeah, off tomorrow, off Monday, so we could celebrate the holiday.
Everyone come back with all their fingers, all their limbs, and we'll have a great Tuesday.
Yes, everyone just make sure, you could get wild over the 4th of July weekend, but don't get too wild,
Don't
okay?
get too wild.
That's what we like to say around here. We will see you on Tuesday. See you then.